Cool. Now, we are going to be putting down a couple of different battle maps and combat stuff today.
Yep.
Is your laptop going to be okay moved around?
I moved it off the table.
Nice.
Yeah, it's shared blade.
Because they share it with each other. Yay!
Hey, so Shaden, please. Oh my gosh.
The wine runners.
So then you pronounce it Nohadon?
I'm sorry? Nohadon?
Nohadon.
Nohadon.
You don't pronounce the H.
Oh, I do the H.
No, it's specifically notated that when an H is placed in the middle of the name, it's just to be a middle point.
Well, it's
And it
because
is
other
not
people
pronounced.
call him Nonadon.
Well, that's a different name though.
Yeah.
He has like 50 different names.
All the heralds. No, I don't think he was a herald. No. But all the heralds have a ton of different names.
Yeah.
Because each language called them something different.
Yep. Alrighty. Wait a minute. We're missing 2 people.
Did I steal someone's spot, or is this just?
It's your spot now.
That's mine.
We need to get rid of this cut.
Is this yours?
So we're not advertising over in and out.
Yeah.
I think YouTube will freak out.
YouTube's
They probably will. They'll probably go, excuse me, we saw licensed material.
Oh, there is the in and out sign on it.
Oh man, I've got Aeropostale on my shirt.
Be fine with
Oh,
this.
I think clothing is fine. Alright. Excellent! We might have a buddy of mine from work tuning in tonight.
Let's go.
Oh. Yeah, he came up to me the other day and he was like, hey, are you guys online? I was like, how did you know that? I was like, I think I saw you. I'm like, oh, it was me.
Nice.
Yep.
I should probably finish this in there then.
No, yeah. It's okay. I don't mind if you eat at the table.
Dark.
I went into the kitchen and ate like a goblin.
Herb one. Goblins are just
Didn't want to eat in front of
Can you
me.
set this over here? Just off the table.
Fight me, internet.
All right. Hey, welcome all to tonight's session. Our free action pre-campaign 3-part one-shot. This has gone on for a long time. I'm okay with that, however, because we have discovered a lot about our characters. We've had a lot of really golden moments for story and character development. Tonight, however, the mood's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be almost entirely in combat. This is going to be an awesome opportunity for us to see how your characters perform under the stress of multiple encounters. We are really going to be putting your arsenals to the test, seeing how long they can last, and the whole purpose of this one shot is to gauge the power level of everyone at the table for when our campaign officially begins, a little bit either end of year or beginning of next year. We will most likely be running one more one shot. Not sure how many parts that one's going to have. Hopefully only one. We will be running one more one shot before the campaign begins, which will allow me to take what I've learned from this session or this series and then make appropriate adjustments, as we obviously have homebrewed a lot of material into each of our characters. So, as a recap for last week, some very heavy stuff went down. So, our heroes, members of the organization known as Chimera, traveled by riverboat, by arcanely powered riverboat, south to the frontier town of Mistside. They were originally sent by their employer, Ulysses Crow, as a reprieve from fighting on the front lines against the infused creatures which have been modified and mystically enchanted and filled with the desire to dominate and eliminate all living things. During this reprieve, you were tasked with providing aid and counsel and general comfort to the people of Mistside who apparently have been suffering some sort of plague or otherwise natural threat to its people, leading to the deaths of almost 80 of their just over 2,300 population in the town, which a very significant loss, leaving many, many children without parents. When you arrived, you were received with adulation and praise, with song. Almost a parade was thrown in your honor, and depending on how you took it, you either realized that your fame has begun to spread as the heroes of Lyn Terranil, or there is a lot of pressure being put on you guys, and there are a lot of expectations that seem to weigh heavily on you. You met with a contact from Chimera, who had been stationed in the town for just about 2 weeks prior to your arrival. He had gathered information which he provided you that there were a good number of people, almost 40 people, who had been dying of very unnatural sickness. He shared that there were some patterns to the killings, or rather to the deaths. They all seemed to be parents of families with many children, specifically more than 4 children, or 4 or more. The disappearances have been woodsmen, gatherers, foragers, people maybe working for alchemists and other mercenaries and adventurers that have been venturing across the lake into the woods on the south side of the lake and had not returned. Those that were sent to look for them, only a small number of them returned, reporting that they weren't able to find anything, but many of the people that were sent were not ever seen again. After gathering this information, you went to interrogate the local wise woman, a Madame Jouet, who had been delving into the investigation into these bodies, which have been perishing by apparently this cursed sickness, which was causing the hearts of those stricken by it to freeze over after a period of about 6 hours of experiencing intense cold, turning their hearts into frozen crystal. The crystal itself gives almost an immediate frostbite to anyone who touches it. And so resting within each of these corpses, roughly 50 or so now, as a few additional deaths have happened very recently. Each of these corpses now has one of these frozen shards of crystal dwelling within them, eerily preserving their bodies. Equipped with this information, you asked questions of a few more people, including the mayor. Afterwards, you decided it was time to bed down for the night, made your way back to the center of town, and while there, engaged in a fun, therapeutic snowball fight with some of the resident children, until you noticed that some of them, one in particular, was being affected by some sort of enchantment. Breaking the enchantment, Sig took Tobias and whisked him away to the rooftops nearby after Gedrid saw that there was something flying around in the low-hanging clouds overhead. Seeing that there was some sort of shape mysteriously circling where all the children were playing, you each decided to investigate. Sig, by way of flying into the clouds, contracting some sort of curse, as she's been able to deem, which has caused her to begin feeling the first vestiges of this frozen curse that has been befalling these people in Mistside. And Louis, equipped with his grappling hook, was able to skewer the creature which had been flying around in the clouds above all of the children, pulling it down with the aid of Claudius, the Eldritch Knight, and together pulling it below the cloud line, revealing it to be a hag on a gray gnarled staff. A fight ensued. The hag was thoroughly pummeled, her back broken, face munched in by big fists. And in the aftermath, it was realized that many of the civilians in the area that were under the spell, the crooning spell of this hag, had unfortunately been caught in her cone of cold, which she had cast in order to attempt to get away from those that had skewered her. Seeking retribution for the lives lost, you decided to take the body away, revive it slightly, so that it could be interrogated, because the loss of life needed to be justified. There needed to be some sort of retribution for it. Taking it back to the abandoned or unfinished tavern in which you had met your Chimera contact earlier, you began to wait for the body to awaken enough to interrogate. During this time, Tobias and Sig on the rooftops around the square, just above the mysterious, heavy, snow-filled clouds that apparently did not rise above the rooftops of this central part of town, met a number of strange individuals, which Sig recognized to be Darklings, creatures of various different courts in the Feywild, but definitely not native to the material plane. The Darkling leader revealed that he had been pursuing this hag as well, and he expressed that if you think you've killed her, you are sadly mistaken. Equipped with this information, Tobias and Sig hurriedly made their way back to the group. As they arrived, the foreboding message they had received from the unnamed Darkling was realized as the hag's body, which had been steadily recovering health, began to wither away and turn into a formless, empty bag of flesh. Her body drained, her essence or soul seemed to have been transported to another place. You presume it to be wherever her lair may be. A few items were dropped from the hag's billowing, dark, crumbling cloak. A rosary of what looked to be carpal bones, a mysterious crystal orb, and a pair of dark brown gray feathers. The orb was picked up by Vosimir, who summarily pocketed it away. The rosary was picked up by Claudius. A little bit later, realizing that Sig had begun experiencing what would become the final stages of this plague, this cursed plague, which had been set upon the people of Missai, you decided that rather than rest this evening, you were now racing against the clock. Sig has roughly 5.5 hours left before the curse just summarily takes her life, freezing her heart solid, and so you decide to pursue any lead that you might have gathered regarding the location of this hag. Making your way back to the harbor, you boarded a ship after contacting 2 other members of Chimera, which had traveled with you, Harlan and Edmund Grimbeard. I keep wanting to call them Graves. The Grimbeard brothers, who, accompanying you, roused one of the captains of one of these arcanely powered barge ships that you had taken down from Ventana far to the north. You begin making your way across the lake. During this process, Claudius attempts to rid himself of the bone rosary by throwing it into the lake. It unfortunately immediately returns to his hand, as if not bothering with the intermeeting or the distance between. The mysterious Darkling appeared then on the ship after many of you had kind of called out to him, supposing that he would likely be there. Seeing the rosary, he explains that he's seen it before and he has seen its effects as a cursed object. Each dawn, he explains, it pulls bones from any creature within 30 feet of it, adding them to the rosary. After a period of about 7 days, that rosary will then pull all of the bones from its wearer, dropping to then be picked up by its next victim.
Do I know, does anybody know how she was able to negate that last bit of the curse?
The hag? You don't know, but you may be able to figure it out. Yeah. And so, we begin tonight's session as we, as a group, approach the southwestern shore of Absor Lake. About 30 feet off of the shoreline.
Southwest or something.
You were on the northeast side. You have now come to the southwest side.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yes.
were we able to take a short rest whilst upon the ship?
The trip was only about 8 minutes long.
Oh, wow.
So,
got
no.
Speedy quick.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 2-mile trip. You are in a magically empowered boat. You, there's barely even a wake behind you. You're almost gliding over the surface of the water. About 30 feet of the shoreline, 30 feet of water off of the shoreline appears to have been frozen completely solid. The barge is able to make its way through, and you could with the help of Claudius and Edmund Grimbeard, wielding a long pole built for the purpose of breaking the ice, you clear a path, and you find yourselves not necessarily with a place to dock, but you would likely be able to leap fairly close to the shoreline and make your way up onto the shore. You do notice on your approach that the same mysterious storm clouds, the winter storm clouds which had lain over Mistside when the hag was there in the town, now lay even heavier and angrier over the forest in front of you.
Just a bit of business, actually, before we land. Did we grab any health potions before we left? Because that seems like a bloody oversight if we didn't.
There were a few grabbed by the group.
We did.
Yeah,
I'm
we
a
have
little
4
low.
regular, 4 greater, and 1 superior amongst the group.
Did you end up grabbing a superior?
Would you like a great?
It was 4, 3,
Alright,
and
go ahead and take.
4, 3, and 1.
Correct.
We could do a good old
4, 3 greater.
healing
4 greater.
spirit
I
dance.
thought it was. Yeah.
Go on.
There were 7 total.
Healing spirit dance.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I don't know if any of us had
three
healing
because we used
magics.
one on the hag.
I have.
Just add one to your repertoire, just so you have it.
Oh, I have a cancel.
Man.
Wait.
Some very angry.
Yeah.
As Louis would say, much obliged. Probably not.
Am I adding? Oh yeah. 1 greater health potion. So if we're gonna, does anyone have any magic healing?
I do.
I do.
One moment.
We got his grimoire.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm preparing the spell here.
I feel like with druids, it would literally just be like a book of bark sheets.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Grimoire, Weiss.
So, if we want to do a healing spirit, I could cast that for the next minute.
You just chill.
Is anyone currently damaged?
I'm
real low.
about half
Not
HP.
low.
I've been harmed.
Yeah, I've hurt
I've
myself.
been struck.
I'm in pain.
I could always use healing because I always hurt myself.
Literally,
That's
it's your class.
Basically, if we're moving in and out of it, you can get like 10d6.
That would be.
It's fine. I mean, if you want to cast the spell, we could get everyone up to full HP. I'm fine with that.
I'll cast it.
This is also your opportunity to home rule that out.
Oh, I know. Well, we'll talk about it after the session.
He's already like, gosh dang it.
I didn't realize you had taken Healing Spirit, which is fine. I'm not going to
It's
do
not-
anything to it.
Yeah, I just prepared it.
Yeah.
It's on the druid spell list.
Okay, well,
It's OP.
We'll just use it responsibly.
Okay.
So is everyone at full now?
Yeah, everyone boogie.
That's fine. Just mark the spell slot.
I got it.
abuse.
I'm assuming I did it.
In the rules.
It's a 3rd level slot
Doesn't
that
mean
he's
it's-
giving up.
Second level.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, see, just nerf it now.
We'll talk.
It's now going to be a
Hey,
fail.
this is literally the purpose of these one-shots.
I need to borrow a pencil again so I can erase.
There are so many pencils over
I
here.
did the pink on the box.
That's it writes in pink.
Does it really?
Yeah. Each one of these colors
must
is
be
what
hard
it
to
writes
see.
in.
Wait, does it erase?
And they're
It
lead.
erases in pink as well.
it's an erase.
No, I mean, because I don't want pink
Yes,
stains
it'll
all over my
erase.
sheet. Because that's girly, and I'm not a girl. I'm a
Can you
guy.
imagine if
Oh
they
my
only erased
God.
their color?
That'd be so cool.
That would be. You could do hidden messages.
Well, how would it be hidden though? It would still be in that color. You just couldn't erase it with the other pencils.
No, I mean you could erase the pink and reveal something underneath.
Oh, gotcha. but you'd have to
Don't.
What?
Just leave it. It's still a cool idea in my head, okay?
I'll leave it there.
Thanks.
Okay, so we
Anywho,
arrive at
It's
the.
online. You can go back and look.
All right.
I'll
So did that
I'll
Darkling
leap
leave?
off.
Yeah.
I'll
Um,
leave off.
If somebody could cast detect magic, maybe,
Hold on, did that
Yeah,
Darkling leave?
I got you.
Or is he still
and
chilling
see
around
if
here?
the body
He's
is
still there.
heavy with magic,
I
or if it's just also.
can do it at will.
Mr. Darkling, did we get your name?
Hold on. Sorry, I just realized you were probably going to ask that, so I need to get my note. Right, back out. There you go. Well, I do have a name. And I did not give it yet.
And it's poison.
No, his name is Belloway.
Well, Velaway, from what I gathered, I didn't understand too much of that wibbly wobbly magic stuff. But your goal is to kill the witch as well, right?
Our primary goal is to kill the witch.
So how are you going to help us? Unless you're just going to watch us walk in and die. That's my main question.
We're planning. Well, we didn't realize we were going to have additional hands.
So then,
in this
what was your
endeavor
plan to do it by yourself?
to kill the witch?
How?
Oh, by killing her the way that we kill things.
How?
Usually with much stabbing.
I think he's asking how specifically.
How are you going to
stabbing,
kill her?
burning?
Typically, we stab things a lot.
So you were doing the same thing we were, just running in and hoping for the best? Man, I thought you guys had it together sometimes.
He didn't speak for us.
I'm asking what your plan is.
Until this moment, we had no idea where her lair was. Just as you don't know where her lair is. We suspect now that it's here. So what we can do to assist, if that apparently is requisite to our tagging along, is we will go and we will occupy our kin so that you do not have to deal with them.
Good. I thought you already knew her lair was here, so I apologize.
No, I told you about a week and 8 minutes ago.
I'm sorry for not remembering.
How do you spell your name?
Belloway, just how it sounds.
Yeah.
Belloway.
Q, another
Shade
Q.
right there. Beloway.
You're the one who's on phonics. Work for me.
J like H's. And you're acting like I-
Me and my kin here, we will remain hidden. And when you encounter ours, we will subdue them.
Sounds like a fair trade.
And when you say encounter yours, there are other darklings inside of her lair that she has control over? Or I'm a little confused.
Are they incapacitated or dominated?
Were you not told of this?
No, I was
Oh.
not debriefed on any of this. You just kind of appeared.
I'm sorry.
And, oh,
I had explained this to your companions before. The hag, she has forced many of my kin into servitude. Normally, her kind would not be able to do that, but apparently whatever happened to her on this side after the festival has given her the power to do so.
Do you think she used the globe for it?
I
that
honestly
was
do
a
not
mystical
know.
and great.
I have seen that it has the ability to enthrall others from a great distance, but oh no.
They're putting all the voice in the
What a girl.
All of my characters have the ability to enthrall.
They all
no.
dummy thick.
Not again.
Okay.
I'm gonna force you all into a type. You will never get out of it.
Okay.
Louis is attacked.
My next character will be Mickey Mouse.
I would like to detect magic on the storm.
On the storm itself?
See if it
Of
magic
course, to
storm.
avoid copyright.
What's the range on detect magic? I believe 30 feet off of you, right?
30 feet, yep.
Okay. So casting detect
Also-
magic, you do notice that in this place, much like back in Mistside, the clouds hang very, very low, only about 20 or so feet off the ground. As you cast detect magic, there is a very faint magical conjuration element to the storm. Not the storm itself is not a source of magic, but it seems to have been gathered by magic.
All right, well, let's go. And I
Let's
hop
do
off
this.
the side of the boat in Aragorn fashion.
So we're just walking.
Nice. Like at the docks. Impeller here.
So just before we go in, we're just planning on walking in and hoping we stumble upon it.
I'm gonna start looking for any trace of anything.
We have locate creature. Or...
Pardon me, I've got a question. Could I just ask real quick, what the hell went on back there?
Well, it's pretty simple. You all start laughing.
Every single session, the first time you open your mouth, I will laugh. I love
take that
it
as
so
a
much.
compliment. Well, it's pretty simple. There was an old woman flying on a piece of wood. Now she made a storm just like that here over the city. You didn't notice because you was too drunk. And that's when our good friend Sig, she took a little fly up through them clouds, or down, I guess. She got cursed. She gonna die. Remember?
Oh no, I remember that part. I just don't know exactly what we're dealing with.
Oh, it's a witch.
Like
Oh.
old fairy tales.
Right.
Except not like them, because you don't live in a house of candy.
Sure. I'm sure there's going to be
Well,
broomsticks
we don't-
and
we don't-
bogles and all that.
Well,
We don't know
broke
that.
the broomstick unless she has
Still a
spare.
possibility.
It's true.
Except we also basically killed it, and then
Oh.
and then its life essence apparently transferred into that of
I
one of the
figured it
kids
out.
that they've been keeping.
We think.
I knew
We
it.
think.
They moved it
No,
to
they-
a different body.
They confirmed it. It's
It
not
had
Are we?
bones
Wait,
made of
so are
ice.
we? We're hunting a witch.
Yes.
bones made of ice.
I'm
yes,
still
we
on
harpooned
good
the
old-fashioned
witch,
witch
brought
hunt.
it down, she shot ice at us.
Yes.
It was
Yeah, if we're
messy.
lucky, we'll light her on fire, too.
It's a hag.
That's typically how you finish them off, right?
Or a bucket of water, yeah.
Burn them at the stake.
Was she green?
No. She was kind of
Correct.
a sickly blue.
Probably wouldn't work then.
She looked like this.
That's an amazing.
He whittled
Like-
that.
Minor illusion. Put it in my head. Minor illusion.
Now,
Ugh, she's an ugly one. Did she look like that before
Definitely
or after
would
you beat
kick
her?
her out of bed.
Imagine that.
I don't think I'd let her.
Let's
into
not
bed.
Imagine
deny
that
her
with
look.
nothing
She's
inside.
living her best
That's what she
life.
looked like when she was dead.
She was
she's
just a
living her
bag of
best
flesh.
life right now.
That's right.
Well,
I would like to start just looking for any trace
Let's
in
keep
a
going.
direction that I think it would be. They said it was the other side of the lake, right?
yep. So you're currently on the opposite side of the lake from this side,
Yep.
and before you is a wrapping tree line that starts about 10 feet off of the lake, and the ground itself, even up to the edge of the lake, is covered in about 6 inches of freshly fallen snow. And this snow has only been falling for about 30 minutes now.
Now, would there be like a
Wait,
smooth
6 inches
edge
and
to
30
the edge
minutes.
of this
I'm not
cloud?
good at math.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Is there like a smoothish edge to this cloud formation?
Like, does it just stop suddenly?
Make a perception check for me.
Okay. Cool. That's a 5 rolled. Plus 4. 9.
Because of the experience you had in Mistside recently, you look up through the clouds and you kind of follow them to the right and then to the left, and they kind of follow the general shape of the tree line.
Okay. So there's no like definite edge off in the distance or anything.
Not that you can see.
Okay. So no way to judge where the center of this is.
Do I hear any
All
animals?
right.
Also make a perception check.
It's going to be a 9.
Your senses are currently just overwhelmed by the blustering of the storm and the wind and just the cold, biting feeling of it all. What's it?
Is there any kind of a mountain range nearby that I know of?
That you do know of a particularly significant landmark known as Talon's Spire, but it's about 80 miles to the north.
Okay, so not nearby.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I guess the closest. That's the closest.
It's close to McDonald's.
The magic users
Um,
here.
I would like to assist him in trying to find tracks.
All right. You two go and make either both survival checks or one with advantage.
Oh, I was gonna
Do the same thing.
kind of thing.
Okay.
I was going to ask if we have any means of magically
I'm
locating.
pretty good at survival. So
We only got a few.
Why?
Now,
No.
you
I'd like-
get your shot at finding
You may.
tracks. Okay, I'm gonna activate my dread presence to get.
I rolled a 2 and then a 4.
No!
He's like, why?
Okay. I'm allowing Gedra to try as well.
Gedred's gonna use one of his
That's why I'm
dread
saying.
presences to gain.
Blindside?
No, so he can gain advantage on survival checks.
Excellent. Oh yeah, cool. Did I specify that that's in like natural environments?
No,
Okay. I couldn't remember if I had that.
but usually that's what survival's for anyway.
Well, go ahead.
I would like to summon the Hawk Familiar Bastion.
Sure.
Just have him go up so I can take a look at it from above.
Excellent. Okay. So you're gonna attempt to send them through the clouds?
Just above it at first.
Okay. So
Good.
excellent. If you do it that way, he will not have to fly through the clouds to get above them. He can fly around the outside edge of them.
Yeah.
Perfect. Go ahead and have him make a perception check using his statistics as a hawk.
I rolled 2 3s, so 11 total.
Oh, we're doing horrible
So
stuff.
garbage.
17 plus 2.
Not him.
19.
Okay. Are you currently peering through
Bro.
Bastion's eyes? Okay. So you all watch as Claudius, his eyes sort of glaze over with an arcane light, and he stands stock still for a moment as Bastion takes flight off of his shoulder and flies up above the clouds. As Bastion flies, even you sense that he feels cold to the bone as he flies up to the altitude of the clouds. And he has to fly about 40 feet to get above them. But once he does, he gets about 60 or so feet above them, and then kind of peers around. What was the total perception roll?
19. 19.
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
19.
19 total?
Yeah.
Okay. You have him kind of do a bit of a loop, and he peers first to the right, forward, and then to the left. And he is able to confirm that the clouds not only follow the general shape of the tree line, it looks as though they were cut with a knife to follow the edge of the tree line. So you imagine that these clouds likely cover exactly the geographical area of the forest.
Okay. And it's looking pretty large.
Incredibly.
Okay. Is there a general center to this cloud line, or is it just the entire
Something
area?
forward.
Okay.
Let's move
So yeah.
forward.
Yep. I don't think there's going to be an easily discernible
As we
center
move
to this.
forward,
We
I
just
would
need
like-
to go into it.
Okay.
Perfect. And sorry, just to describe our tracking attempts. As I mentioned, there's at least 6 inches of freshly fallen snow, and it is falling by the second. It is growing.
Dumping snow.
It does get a little bit lighter as you move into the forest underneath the canopies, but it seems to be heavy enough that it is even making, like, the amount making its way through the canopy is still leaving 4 to 6 inches freshly fallen.
Wow.
If you could find a way to get around that, you might be able to pick up some tracks.
So, when hunters go into the forest, they will often know that there's weather
Mhm.
that traits on the ground. So, as a consistent traveler, what I know is sometimes people tie like pieces of string.
You absolutely would. Yep, so do you want to look for a run,
Yes.
maybe, or like a hunter's blind?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, and we'll maintain that as you go.
Okay. 20.
Excellent. Okay. So, all right, what are we doing? We've got a witch to kill, right?
Yep.
Do we know where she is?
Think
that
so much
west.
as much as you do.
You guys point in different directions. That way! Wait a minute.
Straight into the forest seems to be
Hey,
as good as any.
witch
but-
inside of a swampy forest covered in snow. Awesome.
Right?
Edmund, at
Is
this
it
point,
swampy?
the whole area is marsh.
Okay. So
The
is there like
trees
a-
are like they're coniferous, but they're very much like a deep verdant green that only comes with the moisture of a swamp.
It's like kind of
Would there be-
chill right now.
Yes. Yeah, like as you step, even with your very well made and well tailored footwear, like it is biting cold because all of the marshiness at the bottom of the snow is just like instant frost.
As we start walking into the forest, I'm gonna take out a small knife and just as we're walking, I'm gonna just carve a little marker into the trees so that we don't get
Very
lost.
smart.
And while we're walking, I'd like to watch for future trees if there is any markings or
So
blood or anything
You,
on
you
trees.
both are doing the same. So go ahead and make a
Specifically
perception
watching,
check.
yeah, specifically watching trees though.
Should we spread out a little bit, maybe every 10 feet or so? We could put you in the middle, Toby.
I have 5 hours.
Toby should
That's
take
what it
the
is. Because of the minus 8 on the travel time.
Okay. Take the lead. I like the sound of it.
All right. So
Tease a little.
who is leading?
Toby, take the wheel.
Who is leading the way into the forest?
I know that logically.
Toby.
Toby.
We're
all lined up and we just push Toby forward.
Really freaked out and at the front and like pushing people forward because she,
She wants to go.
because she's scared.
Yeah.
So,
Would you say your behavior is reckless or just anxious?
anxious and like looking for clues and just like if I see a clue, I'm gonna go like there and like charge after it. Probably
Got it.
reckless.
Okay. So marching order, please.
Last.
Excellent. That's always where the road should be.
Second.
Remember, Toby, when you're
So
at the
Sig
back,
and
and
Bossamir
anything
up
that
front.
ambushes us will attack you first.
I'll go second to last. Just be marking the trees.
Okay.
Do we want to put ourselves down or?
Yeah, we can go and put ourselves in a marching order. Let's go ahead and I believe this was Claudius. Go ahead and just hold on to your characters real quick.
Right.
We've got Gedrid. No, that's not Gedrid. This is Gedrid. That's Toby. This is Bossamir. We've got Punchy Boy. And we're still waiting on
It was before this mission.
And then we've got the Grimbeard brothers. They are going to be kind of like third in line. And they'll just be on either side of the center line.
Alright, I'll be behind. Alright.
Yeah, so where's the Grimbeard
Friends over
brothers
here?
will be
Yeah.
to split them kind of off to the side a little bit. Yeah, exactly.
Healer in the middle.
Remember, we gotta keep 6 feet between us so that if a grenade goes off, it doesn't get us all.
Grenade?
Them which
Yeah,
That's how the military does
because
it.
Scald and Foe are in this campaign.
Look, we only did it.
Actually,
is this you?
Harlan does have grenades.
Yep.
So
So
I'll
don't stand
walk
with
in
He's
the
a
back
grenadier.
with Toby.
Just to keep him company.
When I would play Arma, people would stick together way too much, and one missile would just kill us all. So you have to learn, just get 20 yards out.
So you begin making your way through the snow-covered forest. We have a perception check of 20 from Sync, 12 from Boston. You make your way through the forest for about 20 or so minutes. Each step, you are lifting and lifting your feet much higher than you normally would. You're trudging your way through the snow. Those of you in front, I'd like you to go and make a strength check for me. Wow, that's very fortunate.
Natural 19 plus 0.
That's a good roll. Yep, just straight strength. That's fine. So both of you are trudging your way forward. You are carving a path now for all of your allies. As about, she's very, very. Oh, both of you are very light, right? Both of you are half elves. Excellent.
So we're just on top of it.
Maybe
Like
I should be in
Liz
the
style.
front and then
Not
the
that
light
light.
people can step in like little
You feel the exhaustion beginning to set in, though you are not exhausted yet, as you are fighting to clear a path for your allies behind. Those of you following them behind are, I'm sure Gedrid is especially thankful in his diminutive shape as a halfling. But your path is cleared, and so you have a bit of an easier time. You watch as Sig ahead of you is just frantically searching every inch of the forest in front of her and to the sides, looking for any sort of clue. And so it's no surprise that she is the first one to notice something off to the right, about 30 feet from your current path. Sig, as you're marching your way through, clearing your way, your fervor and your just anxiety seeming to lend you strength as you fight your way through these banks of snow. You notice off to the right that there is a series of scratch marks in a tree. about 30 feet off from your current path that seem to have been shielded from the snowfall by a number of very fortunately placed branches above.
I rush towards it.
Okay. Sig just breaks from the line and starts like doing the snow run, you know, where you have to like step really high.
Snap your legs
Yeah,
finding it.
it's the same as like doing the beach run when you're in the shallows of the water. And she just starts careening her way that way, about 20 feet off of your current path. Do you guys follow or let her do her thing?
Oh, follow.
Okay. So the
I'm gonna
Grimbeard
say-
brothers kind of fan out, one ahead and one behind, just sort of keeping watch.
I'm not following quite as
Louis
much.
staying
And
on
I'm
the
gonna
path
motion
as
to
well.
these two to kind of stick by me. I heard stories of them will-o'-the-wisps and the witches. They lure people away.
I'm gonna yell
I like to
ahead
imagine
and
that
say,
all of Louis' knowledge is just like,
It's from my mom.
yeah, like stories.
Bedtime stories.
Yeah.
Mom.
now Sig, remember to check for traps.
I point like a super frigid finger
Uh-huh.
and I make Vosamir look at it. Vosamir look at it and go like, I found
You
it!
see what she's pointing at.
Yes.
You see, yeah. So you see now, as she points to it, on this tree there are a number of scrapings that seem to have torn what only maybe a couple of hours ago seemed to have been fresh green bark, which most of it around it is now completely caked in frost.
Can I investigate it to determine what kind of beast it could be?
Or what might have caused the scraping?
Yeah.
Got it.
If it was particular claw marks or just
Yeah, go and roll investigation for me.
How are you holding up
be
your
a 14.
So as you look a little bit closer at it, you actually begin to see veins of red that have been soaked into the fresh flesh of the tree revealed beneath the bark, and you recognize it to be blood. It does not appear that any claws or hooks or weaponry tore this bark from the tree, but something impacted the bark and scraped the bark away with whatever it was, leaving some blood behind.
What you find there?
Blood.
Kind of blood.
Don't know. It's caked over with ice.
Was the witch's blood red? When my beard
No,
face
witch's blood was black.
Is it black blood or red?
Red.
Darn.
Probably hunters or gatherers attacked at the spot.
Nobody recently came through here.
Attacked by what? That's the
question.
Climb the tree?
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
pirate.
Make a perception check for me. The boughs are very, very heavily laden with snow.
What is it, Vosamir?
12.
Nothing really stands out to you. There's not really anything weighing the boughs down other than the snow kind of settling on top.
I don't know why we haven't been doing this earlier, but Claudius, can you clear some snow out of this area?
Yeah.
See if there's any bodies underneath us.
I walk over and I use shape water and I just clear it away.
Yeah, so using a couple of uses, you kind of begin like fanning out from the area that Vosamir describes, and you end up uncovering a number of like small shrub brushes and thistlebacks and things like that. And about your fourth or fifth casting of the cantrip, you reveal what appears to be a booted leg sticking out from underneath one of these thistle-covered bushes, potentially leading to a body further in.
Yeah.
Are there any
So-
prints in the ground that he uncovers? Like that
Is it in
games?
dirt?
Make an investigation check for me.
Is he embedded in the dirt?
No.
Okay.
He's on the
So it
surface,
is-
but he's tucked underneath this thistle bush.
20.
Okay.
Okay. The snow melt has filled a number of unique depressions. The first set, and you find 3 different sets. The first set are booted feet, and you immediately recognize that they're almost the exact same size, even with the wear of the passage of time, as the boots that have been revealed underneath this thistle bush. The other 2 prints, one slightly larger than the other, seem to be very strange in shape. They're 3-pronged, one extending from the back and 2 splitting in the front. The foot itself is about 9 to 10 inches in length, and each of the prongs ends in a distinct claw point.
Does it look like the same feet that the Darkling had?
The Darklings all had wrapped feet.
Okay. But this is more of a bird-like foot.
Yeah, it appears to be some sort of bird or other
Like
talon-covered
Yeah,
foot.
talon foot.
okay, like wide toes or thin toes?
Thin.
Thin.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. They are not splayed widely. They are in a very narrow V, extending from the main body of the foot.
I'm gonna investigate this body real quick, take a look, see what's going on.
Do you want to pull it out from under
Yeah.
the bush?
Well, I want to go and look in at it first, make sure it's not tied up with anything or.
Oh, are you just trying to see if it's trapped or something?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Make an investigation check for me.
It's a body in a bush.
Well, after a session where I cursed two of you, he's being extra cautious, and I get it.
Absolutely.
Okay. You take you take a moment to kind of hold everyone back real quick and glance at all the area around the body. You try to peer into the very dense thistle bush, and you don't see anything that might be attached to the body, though there are many branches that could be concealing something.
All right, I'll grab the foot. Let's get this guy out of here. And I drag him out from under the bush.
This, like a Y. Yep. Not like it's not like a dinosaur or a chicken, I guess. Yeah. So you begin to extricate the body from underneath this bush, and as you kind of drag it out, what comes with it is just even over the flurry and the cold of the storm around you, just this smell of absolute putrescence, and it's very quickly revealed that what was done to this body is not something that someone with less adventuring experience would be able to stomach. The first thing you know... Didn't you stay back on the path?
He stayed back with me, but he could probably still smell it.
I will take
Maybe.
some of that shaped water, move it around the body, and just freeze it. Nice and clear.
It's already pretty much frozen.
I mean, just to cover the smell some more.
Sure, that's fine.
Fresh ice.
Always tamper with the evidence.
Oh
So
The
what you
air
notice,
down in.
what you notice is very obvious to many of you. The body itself seems to have been absolutely mauled. In fact, the leg that you pulled free seems to be the most intact piece of this body. The other leg ends about midway down the thigh, and it ends in just terrible shreds of skin and cloth. The belly itself seems to have been completely torn open. It is missing one of its eyes, its left eye. Both of its ears are missing, and you notice that much of its clothing around its lower abdomen area has been ripped free, and it's just kind of a bloody mess.
I'll start to approach, just take a little look-see at your body.
Equipment on it?
Can you say that a little louder?
Does it have any equipment on it?
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
While she's doing that, do I recognize the tracks at all of the beast?
Make a history check for me.
Is this a humanoid?
It appears to have been half elven.
Half elven, but it's got a talon foot?
No.
The body.
There were 3 sets of tracks. One was
Oh.
booted, which matches apparently the boot of this creature.
But the tracks were
The tracks were hooked, yes. Or talon. I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Just 10.
10 on the investigation check. There is not much left to its raiment to be able to conceal any sort of supplies. You do, however, pick up nearby, kind of poking out the edge of maybe where Claudius was going to start working next, appears to be what's left of a snapped bow. Yeah, Gidrid.
Gidrid is gonna kind of just take like a quick circuit around the area, see if you can find any kind of like pack or like satchel, like something that this guy would keep his equipment
Also
in.
make an investigation check for me.
It's on a history check as well.
Okay. You know of a number of creatures that have taloned feet. However, most of them are either much wider in the body of the foot, or they have more than just the 2 foreclaws.
10. for investigation.
Okay. You make your way around, and you are so petite that making your way through the now 8 to 9 inches of snow, even under the canopy of the trees above, is just becoming increasingly difficult and wearing on your body. It's possible you feel that you may have missed something by focusing on actually getting yourself through the snow, but unfortunately you're not able to find anything.
Which way does it seem that the monster's tracks came from? Like, which way were they pointing?
The creature's track seem to follow the same general direction that you were traveling.
Perfect.
So coming from the shoreline and making their way deeper into the woods.
I think we just need to keep moving on.
Let's keep going.
Let's watch the trees.
Feeling all right there?
It looked like a bird, so maybe we keep an eye out.
Possibly. Definitely watch. And I don't think it'll come from the ground, but
Maybe it's like an emu.
No, I don't recognize these talons.
what's an emu?
The talons?
Just the tracks living on the
No.
frontier.
No.
I think there's a big old chicken.
I think that could be right, but it only has 2 toes. Chicken's
Well,
got
chickens-
3.
Chickens have 3.
Maybe it stubbed one of its toes and it's kind
It
of
is
keeping
like-
And it's now backwards.
Maybe it was
So
keeping
my-
it up the whole
I just
time.
step up
it's
and
flipping them off.
little
as they
wings
walk.
on my shoes just start.
Your boots are flying,
Yeah.
so you're
and
now
so-
just levitating above.
above, so I'm not like super slowed down.
Nice.
I'm gonna check.
Just make sure you keep track of how long you're
Oh,
flying.
how long?
I'm gonna check the hunter body and I'm gonna try to see if I can tell how long he's been dead.
Okay, go ahead and make a medicine check on the body.
It's been dead.
15.
Okay. So you take a moment to kneel down, and now kind of the soggy, slush-covered ground around the body, and you begin to kind of palpate different parts of the body, trying to figure out how exactly, one, was it killed by something other than all of the mauling, and two, how long has it been dead? The nice thing about the cold, it is very nicely preserved, the body. It appears, because of that cold, to have been freshly killed, maybe 3 or 4 hours.
You know, does it look like the part of the leg that's ripped off? Did it look like that was bitten bitten off, or just like purposely mauled?
These are great questions. Now, the leg seems to have puncture marks in the thigh above. So the thigh that's left has some strange puncture marks. Make a nature check for me real quick.
I'm gonna call over Witcher Man. Witcher Man,
Okay.
come take a look at these bite marks.
Who's that?
Vosimir.
I'll take a look at the bite or the punctures.
Make a nature check for me.
I assume you're good at those. That's why I called you.
14.
14 total? Okay. You kind of peel back some of the remaining cloth, and you realize that he has marks. He has marks in the upper thigh, just a few inches above where the thigh seems to have just absolutely torn free, and they are reminiscent of mandibles.
Mandibles. Like snakes? Oh, no, like
Bugs.
bugs.
Correct.
What if bug got 2 talons?
Oh,
You know, big 2-talon bugs?
well,
Top traps.
what
do we know about this?
I mean, some spiders have those like
Oh,
those
no.
little things on the edge.
Yeah,
of their
the little. You look close at spiders, like tarantulas. We got big old spiders. I'm gonna.
If you mention spiders, Vosimir, you would know that this is not spiders.
Yeah.
Because spiders, their fangs are not serrated like mandibles.
But other bugs.
This is a serrated tearing. Whereas spiders' fangs are points.
Well, I just mentioned that because
Yeah.
I've seen them with the little.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
gotcha.
I wasn't
Good.
saying that
Toes.
this was a
Spider
spider. I
shark.
was just saying that comparing.
Let's keep going.
Did you say spider shark?
Yes,
Let's
spider
keep going.
shark.
That's terrifying.
Have you ever heard of
I
spider
think
shark,
this
Toby?
is just.
Yeah, I hear they creep up
It
beneath
Okay,
your bed.
I'm gonna say that was probably a good 20
They
minutes.
chew off your toes.
Yeah, let's
You don't
keep
keep
going.
tucked
All
under
right,
the
go
blanket.
So I'll start heading in the direction of that tracks seem to
Okay.
come from.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I'm still
do
monitoring.
you want to clear a path now that the idea's been brought up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
So
go
you'll
up.
be in
I'll
front,
let one
kinda.
of my hands, like my offhand with produce flame.
Okay.
Whatever I'm holding doesn't get burnt, but like it's a fun little fact. But
So
you
you're just
shape water.
melting it, or are you shaping water?
Shaping water, but
So-
I'm using this to keep warm.
Gotcha.
Whoever wants to keep warm too.
So
I take it
normally-
6 in the front.
normally casting the cantrip would slow you down, but because you're already having to walk so slow because of the snowfall, you're matching your speed. So it's not affecting your speed at all.
All right.
I would just like to look for more markers.
So,
More
Now go ahead. Whoever is leading the way.
I guess I'll be leading because I'm
But he
clearing a
moves
path.
monsters.
Okay.
I'll talk
So
to you.
between Vosamir and Claudius, make a survival check. Either one of you with advantage, or both make a single.
You take it.
Yeah, I'm proficient in survival. That's what it is.
I'll help you. Whatever you want to do, buddy.
Nat 20.
Perfect.
26.
Excellent. So
Makes way for it, like Moses.
Vosamir Claudius begins using his shape water cantrip to move the snow and then the melt underneath it away from the path. And as you clear more and more space, Vosamir, walking alongside you, points you in directions as he's able to pick up on the tracks of the two sets of clawed feet as they make their way deeper and deeper into the woods. Another about 40 minutes pass, and I need whoever's up front to make a perception check for me.
I'm a little above.
Oh, perfect. Why don't you go ahead and make a perception check for me?
Ever since the spiders were mentioned, I'm keeping an eye on the tree.
You're the one who mentioned the spiders.
I mentioned
She mentioned
spiders.
Yeah, and that's why he's paranoid.
He's like,
go ahead and
"Spiders?"
make your perception check as well.
Oh, I'm looking. Oh,
Well, you're looking for spiders, right?
yes, I'm looking
Okay.
for spiders.
25.
You see something else.
What was your perception?
Mine was 13.
Andy.
13?
40 minutes have passed.
40?
Yeah.
Correct, since we stopped 40 minutes have passed. So, you look up, you're constantly just eye in the boughs of the trees. You are so careful to make sure that this group, or at least you, are not pounced upon by spiders up in the boughs of the trees. You do occasionally see some of the boughs twitch a little bit and some of the snow fall. But you don't feel like you're able to see anything that might be causing it.
Must have been the wind.
I want to clarify, 40 minutes since we stopped is what you said, so really 20 minutes since we started walking again?
20 and then 40.
Oh, and
Okay, 40.
40 minutes since we investigated the body. And it was 20 minutes to that
Because you
point.
said that we said...
1 hour since we got off the boat.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
You had just said that it was 20 minutes investigating,
I'm gonna say I've got 4
and then it
hours
was
left.
40 minutes since we stopped. So
So it's been 100 and
I thought stopping was when we started.
Wait,
investigating.
so
It's
it's
been
been
an
80
hour
minutes. An
since
hour
we
and
got
20
off the
minutes.
boat.
I'm sorry. 1 hour and 20 minutes since we got off the boat.
But you're...
Oh, goody.
Because it was 20 minutes to the body, 20 minutes investigating the body, 40 minutes
All right.
continued.
Let's continue.
Now,
We're almost there, though.
I activate my brain.
you're activating your brain.
My brain.
Finally.
I'm sorry, are you activating your...
I'm turning on my
Swagger?
my ability, my
Got it.
swagger.
Go ahead and mark a use off for activating Swagger. Sig, while Vosamir is focused on the tracks and Claudius on clearing where he's pointing, you, looking ahead, notice that the tree line, or I guess the trees around you, had been growing more and more dense the deeper you get into what was once this marshy bog. However, those trees seem to thin out dramatically in about 80 feet or so, and beyond that, you feel that you see what appears to be a clearing. And in that clearing, there seems to be some of the snow is not there.
I would like to try and see the board.
Okay.
See what's there. And I'll just be like, I think I see a clearing. Just let me check it out.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Wow.
Excellent. Well, she's flying. Running
I
in.
smack into a branch.
Okay.
Hey, 12 isn't.
So
dead.
you creepily not creepily. Yeah, you creep your way forward.
The wind
you-
make a little.
You hover your way over the snowfall, and you make your way 20 feet, 40 feet, 60 feet forward. You're about 20 feet from the edge of what you now very clearly perceive to be a clearing. The clearing itself seems to be about 100 feet across. You can't really tell from where you are with being 20 feet back from the tree line, but it does seem to extend in a generally oval shape from what you can see. And you're not able to make it out, but on the other side of the clearing, there seems to be a mound of either fresh soil or dirt or something dark.
Okay. I think it's unwise to continue without the group, so I'm going to just kind of flutter down and wait for them.
Okay. You flutter down and wait for them. Each of you watch as Sig makes her way forward. She's about 60 or so feet ahead of the group at this point.
Extremely tough.
Do you signal the group to move forward?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you move forward a little bit quicker now?
Yeah.
Good.
As we do so, I'd like to activate my success.
Okay. So for the next 10 minutes, for both you and Louis, your abilities have been activated. So, making your way forward. The rest of you, looking in... Actually... Sorry. Vosamir and Gedrick. As you make your way up to where Sig is, both of you can see that Sig is... She's shivering uncontrollably at this point. She also seems to be the most heavily dressed of everyone in the group, and it is reminiscent, and you've seen this a lot because of the type of people they grew up around, mostly vagabonds and vagrants. You've seen this in people who have contracted an kind of basically
Hypothermia.
yes. So it's a form of hypothermia, and once it sets in, it is inescapable. Among your community of transients that tend to support one another, most of the time when someone starts showing these signs, that everyone else knows, okay, it's time to just make them as happy as they can be.
Has anyone tried doing greater restoration on Sig?
Vosamir, you've also seen this because of where your operation conducts its business high in the mountain peaks. You are very familiar with sicknesses that come on with cold, especially cold that's been inflicted by magical creatures. It is piercing, it is overwhelming, and Sig is not long for this world if not treated. Okay. So, as the rest of the group comes up, you kind of peer in the direction that Sig is.
Fire to huddle around. Some a little bit of produce sway.
Please don't like that so close to a clearing.
Well, I don't extinguish.
Dejectedly. Each of you kind of peer in the direction that Sig is looking. And I would also mention that none of you have seen any of the Darklings since your journey began. You look into the clearing, and I would like, let's see here, who here is proficient in perception?
I don't get why I'm not.
Yeah, because not everyone can be proficient on everything. No. Okay, so anyone proficient in perception, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oh, pretty good. 25.
19. 19.
Okay.
10. Natural
6.
25 and 19?
Yeah.
All right,
Natural.
let's clear some space, and I'll show you what you see.
It's a whole new world.
Fantastic.
Frozen wastes.
Her face is blue.
Okay, can you move your phone back over here? Okay. Scott, can you take a look on your laptop to make sure that that's in an appropriate position?
Sick, bro. It's a jam fest.
Okay. Let's get a helping hand here. All of the brown dots need a tree placed on them.
Ooh.
All of the brown lines need one of these. No, I had to buy new ones.
I want to do the brown lines.
I'm pretty sure I left them here.
It's a Lincoln log.
Yeah?
I want to try.
Okay. I think that's a
So
line
you
right
had
there.
a
That
nice
is
trip
a
to
line,
Hobby
yeah.
Lobby.
Oh, they're gonna roll.
Hmm?
They're gonna
So you had a
roll.
nice trip to Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. Yeah, be gentle with them. The flocking does come loose. Looks like you need some more on that side.
Alright, this one isn't staying still.
So
those
take one of the rubber
X's?
bands off and place it underneath the other rubber band, and that'll hold it in place.
Oh. So like.
Okay, you can move that.
Are those dots?
So place one of the rubber bands flat underneath
The
log?
and
It's a
you can
bonfire.
lock the first one in place.
Why?
Looks like we have a few extra trees over there that need to be set up.
Do you guys have trees over there? No, those are part of it. Those were dots.
Excellent.
That's beautiful.
All right, so I'm going to move this just a little bit. What you see before you, Toby and Gedrid.
And what side are we on?
You're currently on my side here.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and put our miniatures over here. And you're about 20 feet back from the first trees. Square or two closer. Excellent. Okay, let's go ahead and set these back up in our marching order. You guys have all the miniatures in front of you.
Well, she was in the front.
Oh no, this tree needs to be placed right there.
Thank you.
I would wait it off to the side for everybody.
Okay.
Probably.
Peering in that direction. So we're still about 15 or feet back from the first trees that I could place right here.
What are these leaves made out?
It's just flocking. Yeah. This is one of the Grimbeards. Where's my other Grimbeard?
Got
Right.
it done.
Okay, perfect. And then here is Toby, who's probably near the back. Gedrit. Oh no, because they actually just did a good perception check, so I'll have them kind of up front. This guy here. At this point, the Grimbeards are kind of just flanking on either side. Perfect. So, Tobias, Gedrid. As you peer into the clearing, you get a kind of a queasy feeling, and you kind of share a look and take a few steps forward to get a better glance. And what you're able to see is the mound on the other side of the clearing appears to be corpses, all piled atop each other. From what you can tell, probably 10 or 12 of them. The clearing itself has strangely less snow inside than the surrounding dense forest.
Like a step down in snow.
It's like a few inches lower than the surrounding tree line. So it would be like if you step past the trees that you're at right now, you'd be taking a short step down. The snow that is around that pile of corpses is just soaked in red. Many of these bodies appear to be fresh. They are still producing, or they're still leaking lifeblood.
It's a cherry icy.
Are you
Gross.
moving?
Not that you can see.
Maybe for Groshback.
I'm a blood hunter. It's blood. I hunt it.
One of us is going to
It's blood.
look around for like a little rock or something solid.
Okay,
I want to throw it at the pile to make sure it's real.
excellent. You pick up a rock. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Wow. 22.
Excellent. You huck the rock, and even from this distance, you hear the faint squelching as it strikes one of the bodies and kind of kerplunks into some moistness.
Looks like they're real.
Does anybody feel like this is an incredibly disgusting honey pot?
It's a trap.
Yeah.
Everything.
A trap.
That's why
right.
I'm still alive.
Well,
Or a tarp, if you want to call it that.
looks to me if I were.
Can I check the other sides, like the sides, and see if there's any movement or anything watching us?
Each of these are tracked.
I didn't describe those yet, but Toby and Gedrid would be able to see not the other side of the pile, but off to the right of the pile, you can see most of the snow there is completely just slush, and it is like colored red.
Gedrid is gonna just say to the party, "Here, I'll show y'all how to get a monster out of its bushes." And I'm gonna activate
Put my
my
hand on your shoulders.
symbiotic entity, so it gives me 28 temporary HP,
Okay.
and it does some cool fungal stuff.
He just turns into
And
this big,
I'm just
beefy
gonna-
barbarian.
No, it's like
He turns into one of those mushrooms from Dark Souls.
He goes Bane, and it just like
Yeah, just jacks him.
I'm just gonna walk into the clearing.
Oh, well,
Okay.
man.
Well, hold on. So Vosamir said he wanted to do some patrolling, so I just want to make sure that we're now doing like an initiative sort of thing. But
That's fine,
not
yeah.
officially.
Just
in-
as he's
initiative.
going out, I want to look. Like, obviously,
just
now that I see
perception.
him going out, yeah,
Okay.
I want to watch, because he's
So
kind of
watch
being bait now.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Okay. Do you
I'm
want to go a little bit closer to the
Yeah,
clearing edge?
I will watch.
Osimir,
Perfect.
you want to flank?
And I'll look
On
to
either
the
side of the
side. I'm already walking ahead, and I'm watching the tree line as he walks ahead.
Okay. Perfect. So I'm going to, I guess, wait for now. If they miss it, they miss it. So you all kind of anxiously watch as Gedrid, like very nonchalantly, just starts strolling into the clearing. He's just got his staff like propped up on his shoulder. He's very much like hobo walking down the train tracks
That's right.
vibe right now.
That's Baloo.
Like he belongs here. He travels the length of the Targil Plains all the time, and wherever he finds that's comfortable becomes his. Thank you. So, Gedrid, as you walk into the clearing, you do so stealthily or not.
Not stealthily at all.
Okay, quickly, slow, casually.
Just like a casual pace.
Perfect. With your casual pace, you get about 15 feet or so into the clearing, and you stop and sort of look to either direction. And as you're about to take your next step, you hear like a strange clacking sound. And it's very, you would be familiar with this, is the sound of carapace on carapace. Coming from ahead of you and to your right, and you see, walking through the tree line, I've got one of these, where is it? Here.
Base is getting good.
if I had seen Gedrid start walking in the clearing, I would have kind of moved up next to
Like
the
what
side.
he does, and when you were trying to give me descriptions earlier of these things, I didn't even think it was those.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
how
so
many
what
weeks
you
ago I
see
did those, and I'm just like, what?
are first one, and then a pair of creatures. They're about a foot taller than you, and they are massive, tan-colored, roach-looking creatures.
Gross.
They are covered in bristling brown hair, and their head is dominated by two massive mandibles extending out and forward to either side. They have massive, multifaceted eyes that sit just off center of their skull, which is an elongated, flattened, almost arrow-like shape. And they have two bristling antennae, which protrude out and back from the top of their skull. They're slightly hunched, and their bodies seem to be much larger in the torso than the rest of their body. Though they do walk as humanoids, they are bipedal, and you do see that when the first one kind of steps into the clearing, the same taloned-like feet that are not kind of the ribbed, scaly bird print that you may have suspected, or reptilian print. They are instead, they are the multifaceted bug-like species. Yeah, exactly. And each of them ends in a pair of V-cut deadly looking talons. They do have hands which are predominantly claws. The one in front has one claw behind it, and it is currently dragging the corpse through the snow. It takes a few steps into the clearing, doesn't seem to pay you any attention, or at least it doesn't seem to see you. And then as it breaks into the clearing, another one kind of comes lumbering behind it, takes a few steps, and then almost like stutters as he's looking directly at you.
Yeah, just gonna like raise his hand and be like, "Hey there, evening.
Okay, cool.
You possess the power of speech."
The first one like takes a few extra steps forward, dragging the corpse behind it, before all of a sudden there's clacking from the one behind, and it sort of like stands upright, looks back, and then does a double take and looks at you. And they begin like clacking in a weird language that you don't really understand, and they just sort of stand there, and they're looking at you, and they don't know what to do.
I whisper over to Bosmir, I'm like, what are these things doing in the icy forest?
What are the chances that this is going to take 10 minutes to start ritual casting comprehend language?
Oh my god. Gedrid like walks a couple more feet forward and just like,
No.
Uh-huh.
I'll start walking.
please click in a more understandable fashion if you understand me.
Let's see if they do.
I'm readying my grappling hook and I'm just aiming it kind of toward
At this point, they look at each other, and the corpse is just like 1 foot in this guy's claw, and it's just sort of dangling there. And every time he moves, the body like moves with him.
Oh my
It
god.
seems to be incredibly strong, whatever this creature is. And after a few more clicks and clacks between them, you hear a voice in your mind.
You are small. You are very small. What is you?
They're a little bit.
I just say, well, they call me Gedrid. We're trying to find the witch.
You tried to find her. You tried to find the lady.
That's right, we want to kill her. You want to help?
Well, the lady is mean. No, I cannot help.
And he like is all dejected.
What are you doing here?
I told you we was trying to kill the witch. That's all.
At this point, a second voice enters your mind.
What? You are not supposed to be talking to him. We are not supposed to talk to anyone.
And they start having an argument in your head.
But the lady is mean. He said he wants to kill the lady. I don't care. The lady said we can't talk to anyone.
Gedrid's gonna
The lot of you standing at the tree line watch as Gedrid is standing like in his most "you can't convince me otherwise" or "I'm being perfectly courteous to you right now" pose.
That's right.
And these two creatures are just stock still as they're just apparently staring down Gedrid.
Everyone, just don't do anything yet.
Still ritual casting.
Yep.
well,
Yeah, it's been about 40 seconds at this point.
I pull out my notebook and I just start writing like this
Taking
down.
notes, descriptions
Just
and
like,
stuff.
Oh, that's going in the book, and I just start writing.
Toby, you have never even imagined a creature like this. In fact,
Has he ever seen
looking at this creature, even from this distance, your throat begins to like tighten and your stomach it knots. This is like nothing you've ever even had described to you. At this point, the Grimbeard brothers, who were kind of hanging back a little bit as a rear guard, kind of shout shout forward. What exactly is going on up there?
I have no idea.
Gedrid's talking with some bugs.
Bugs.
Not the ones that are usually kind of crawling around them.
They appear to be
Big old bugs.
They're not oncates, are they?
What?
Nah,
What's an on?
it's like a big
Still
old
for
We gotta
nightmares,
get
don't
you a
worry
book.
about it.
Am I
Don't
noticing
worry about
any
it.
hostility from them? Like,
It's fine.
Are you worried about hostility from them?
yes. Like, are they?
Look at me. Look at
From what my view is,
It's
are they,
fine.
do they appear to be looking like they might start attacking it.
No, Toby. We're
Or are they more like
you
said,
are fine.
So the creatures are diminutive in size compared to the tall.
Yeah.
You get used
They're
to it. It's
the
okay.
tallest one appears to be about 4.5 feet tall, which is still significantly taller than the halfling. They do not appear to be aggressive right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to just watch their mannerisms, and as soon as it starts to look like it's being impressive, I'd like to start moving my way, but not until that happens.
I'm gonna start kind of edging my way around the other side as well.
Okay.
Further. Okay. As far as I can get. Imagine that's the first turn.
Nice.
I'm trying to be sneaky.
Then make a stealth check for me.
Dun dun dun.
Move it half.
Don't roll this for me. 24.
Excellent. Okay. You feel that you are concealed from him.
So Gedrid's gonna like kind of like speak over the voices. In
I'll
his
tell you
head.
as we go.
He's gonna speak over the voices in his head and just be like, you know, I can tell you are both honest and reasonable folk. So I'm going.
Oh,
Wait, let me check something. Okay. They both kind of stop, and their bodies like they almost show a bit of surprise, and then
Sure.
I'm going to be straight with you. I have a whole group of heavily trained warriors.
as I'm stepping in here and saying, I go.
And we are willing to completely destroy anything that stands between us and the witch. Now, I know you probably value your lives. So, let me finish. I'm going to give you an offer.
this is all telepathic.
I know.
Okay.
I'm going
Do
to
you
give
still
an offer.
gesture with your hands while you're doing this?
Yep, he sure does.
Gedrid is pantomiming.
Help us kill the witch. And we'll just say, friends is as friends do.
I love
Vosimir is very puzzled watching
Can I
this
roll
encounter.
persuasion?
He's just
You may roll persuasion.
He's just sitting there watching.
Let's
both
go,
of them.
boys.
How much time
Let's
is
go.
left?
About a minute.
I'm
now.
gonna. Let's see. Can you use inspiration after you know it was a good roll?
Yes.
Inspiration is
As
to
long
re-roll
as-
a dice.
What?
No, it's
Just
to roll an
re-roll.
inspiration dice.
You roll an inspiration dice and you add it to whatever.
You add it to it.
No, that's bardic.
That's bardic inspiration.
Mm.
Inspiration from the DM is a re-roll of a d20.
You have
Right.
to take the second roll.
But you have to take the second roll.
Correct.
It's like a wish,
I rolled a 10.
or it's like a luck
You
point.
could do better than
I
that.
thought.
There
Do
you
you have
No,
to?
you
I
can
thought
choose.
it was a choose.
Because otherwise, inspiration is kind of crappy.
I think you can choose.
Okay. Well, let's do that.
It basically just gives you advantage.
I'll take the original roll. So 16 total for persuasion.
Okay. So you're persuading them that we will kill you.
I'm trying to persuade them that it.
Because you both made a passive threat and an attempt to, like, get out of our way.
Is it more fate? Like you're
No,
trying
so I'm
create
trying to
the-
persuade them that like
Or to help.
It's
yeah,
more
so like-
favorable for them.
You're
like
not
it's
our
gonna be
target.
better for you if you help us.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're gonna die. So help us and you'll live.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Very aggressive. I don't know.
Passive.
Passive?
Happy aggressive.
Happy aggressive.
Happy aggressive. That is Gedrid in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Happy aggressive. Okay. At this point, the Meanlock kind of look at each other for a long, long time, and you don't really hear anything for a good probably 10 seconds or so. And then finally, the second voice that you heard chimes in and goes,
I'm afraid that we can't help you. Oh well, you look very tasty.
at this point, I need everyone to roll
Let's
initiative.
go.
boy. How far along?
You probably made it another 30 feet or so. You were outside the trees. Yep.
25.
Woo, look at you. Plus,
okay, so
I've
he
been
was
using
up
my
here?
stance to give me another.
At this point, I would have assumed that pretty much everyone was a little bit closer to the tree line. So go
I
ahead and move
was
everyone just 2
Trying to
squares
calm him
forward.
down.
It's not succeeding very well.
Calming
That
down.
was that was.
Oh, calming you down?
Yeah,
Okay.
that worked.
Perfect. Let me go ahead and get 25 to 20.
20.
I roll low.
Okay.
So,
Louis?
24.
Okay. We'll move on. 24. We've got 19 to 15. 14 to 10?
13.
Kendrick?
Anyone? I swear, like, the
9
tables
to
have turned
6.
for us.
I
Like,
know.
8.
6.
That was a good high five.
That was very loud.
8 and 8. This is gonna be great.
Especially the one right there.
Gedrid.
I guarantee
so
your
good.
deck's better
You said
than mine.
7,
Yep.
Toby?
Yeah, I have an 18 dex.
Oh, let me roll for the
Oh,
beers real
So I
quick.
used to lap both of my last characters and
Roll a
it's gonna be
3.
Okay, the Grim Beers
having
have
advantage on
a...
initiative, and now I'm just like, oh.
Oh.
Guys, I think I
Like,
found
if
like
it's
a
bad,
key
like,
descriptor.
oh.
Happy
So you use
aggressive.
advantage on
Happy aggressive. I love it. It's perfect.
13.
Alright.
Okay, let me go ahead and give you guys the player initiative order, just so you can keep track of when your turn is coming up. We are going to have... first up is going to be Vosamir in the round. Next will be Louis. Then will be Harlan Grimbeard. After that will be Claudius and Edmund, Sig and Gedrid, and then Tobias. Everyone got that? Everyone that cares to get it?
I was thinking we could just like write it down on the paper so that we could just all see it.
If you want to, go for it.
Do you have a?
I unfortunately do not have my marker. I drew all this up at home.
Never mind.
Okay. Let me go ahead and roll some initiative for these guys now.
Vosamir, Louis, the Grimbeards, and Claudius.
How would I got it.
You two. Tobias.
Bosnia.
Louis. Arlen.
So the Grimbeard.
I'm in between them. Arlen and then Claudius.
Okay.
Edmund. Sig and Gedrid. And then Toby. Or Tobias.
Toby's in the back like
Did you get it that
No, I rolled 7. I rolled a 3 plus 4.
Oh.
It's good initiative, but just threes. I rolled a 3.
Where do the bad guys go?
Man, advantage only got me a 7.
We don't know
I'm
yet.
telling you, you'll know after this round.
Yeah.
Start.
See why it would be a secret. We're gonna find out.
But it can
It could change our decisions.
Exactly. Yep.
I could be like, oh, well, he's gonna go next, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Or I'm not gonna go there because he'll be really close to me.
All right. I love your initiative rolls, guys.
So great.
I love.
No.
We used to be like, I got 26. I got a 26. Dang it! And now we're like 8.
I think
Alert is the most crazy.
Yes.
Alert on high dex characters.
And knowing we'll never get another feat is also kind of interesting.
All right. So first up, we have Vosamir.
Okay, Vosamir.
At this point, you don't necessarily know that the creatures have become aggressive.
Okay, great. They haven't shown any aggressive behavior yet?
They have not shown you any aggressive behavior, and they don't even know that you're there.
Yeah.
So what would your character do, seeing that I'm still having this funny conversation?
I know. Well, somewhat of a conversation. We don't hear anything. I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'm gonna start moving my way this way, around the side.
Okay.
You have to activate it.
Are you trying to remain hidden from them?
25.
Okay, perfect.
No.
At this point, one of them does recognize you. Okay. And knows that you're there. Sorry, go ahead and
You know, and as I do that, I'm actually going to drink one of my potions.
Okay.
Rapidity.
Oh, one of your blood hunter potions.
Yep. So
One of your,
my speed is increased
units.
to 15, but I have disadvantage on dex checks.
Nice. Does that speed apply this turn?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's just
cool.
it's instant. Lasts until I take a short rest. So this will go until I take a short rest. So,
Cool.
I'll just go another 15, 5, 10, 15.
All right. As you reach this point, you notice another pair of Meanlocks that are currently also dragging another corpse towards the clearing. Go ahead and place these in those 2 squares along the red path there. First and second square.
You're right there.
They are right in front of you. At this point, they also
Would I have
recognize
seen
you.
them earlier?
You
Or
no.
no?
So
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't
It's
have
fine.
enough trees.
It's fine.
The
Okay.
area outside the clearing is super dense.
Okay, that's
Which
fine.
is why they didn't see us in the first.
Which is why they didn't see
I just
you
wanted to
either.
make sure that I didn't be like run up right to them and be like, oh hey.
With your mutagen extra 15 speed.
Yeah.
Excellent. Next up, we have the first pair of Meanlocks.
That's a classical.
Okay,
Oh, they beat
Are
Louis.
they really called Meanlocks?
they're called Meanlocks.
Yeah, they're mean.
And you're going to see why.
What did they roll for their initiative?
These 2 rolled a 21.
Nice.
Okay.
Dexterous little
Okay. So
buggers.
the first of those creatures is going to step back into the tree line.
This one?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. The
This one?
one. Actually, no. That one's going to run directly towards you. 30 feet. Just in the quickest way.
Do you take diagonal?
I do. Yep.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30?
Nope. Next one over.
That one. This one. He's that diagonal.
Oh,
from-
30. Right.
Yep. Perfect.
Is
And
he
then
within 10 feet?
Yeah, that's 10 feet of you. So 5, 10.
that's
gonna,
within 10 feet of you.
I'm going to do my Halo Spores then.
Is that a reaction?
Yes.
Excellent. Go ahead and activate your Halo Spores.
So he has to make a
Yes,
Constitution saving throw of 15, or else he'll take
Cool.
some damage.
Con?
Yep.
I believe that's a fail.
Okay, so in that case, he will take. Let me just take a look here. So
Should be a
2d6.
couple of these. Yeah, there you go.
So that's 8 damage. Poison
Excellent.
damage. So immediately some fungal spores start infesting between the
8 points, you
links of
said?
his chitin. Yeah, 8 points of poison damage.
That's just from coming near you.
From him entering the space within him. You guys, those of you behind him, see this cloud of noxious,
The Last of Us
kind of
starts.
like lightly luminescent spores just
God.
explode from gathering him and begin swirling around him and filling the space around him. And as the Meanlock enters that space, it begins choking on as you watch some of these spores land on its exposed skin and begin burrowing into him. Okay, so that finishes his movement. He's not close enough to get to you. How the other Meanlock is going to take 2 steps backwards, and then I want you to remove him from the board.
Oh! There he goes. That's not good.
Yep, I will keep track of where he is.
He's gonna go talk
You will
to
figure that out.
Mama Witch.
Okay. Next we've got Harlan. Okay, Harlan is going to see all of you kind of freak out a little bit, and so he's going to rush forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and he is going to realize that he's out of range with his pistol, I think.
So
5, 10, 15,
Louis
20,
got his
25,
turn,
30,
yes?
35,
No, not
40,
yet.
Louis not yet.
45, 50.
So Harlem is before Louis.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had scribbled Louis' name in, but because I'm using pen, Louis goes at the same time as Harlan.
It's fine. Let Harlan go first.
Yeah, they're both 19. Thank you.
I'm 20.
You said 19.
No, I rolled a 20.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Then you can go right now.
Okay. All right.
I don't know why I wrote you down as 19. Okay.
In that case,
Each of these squares is 5 feet.
Correct. Has been as long as we've been playing D&D.
Nah.
all right.
Except for that time where
Oh,
we had them be
yeah.
10-foot squares.
We did that for your game, right?
Yeah.
Where we made them 10-foot squares.
Alright, the battle at the Thunder Tower.
Oh, we did that too. That was for like big scale battle.
Alright. I'm gonna rush out here. 5, 10,
Chip
15, 20.
Hold
25.
on. Will you show me your path real quick?
Start here.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. How many I got? I got
You
30.
go 5 more.
Alright.
For perspective, each of these logs represents a fallen tree. If you are Gedrid, you could potentially get full cover from these. The rest of you could get half cover if you hid behind them.
Looking to the left here as I'm running, do I see any other buggers?
You do not currently see anything else.
If I use my dash action, now I just want to try to tackle this bug to the ground. Like,
Whoa. Don't
Can I
touch it,
do
that's
that?
nasty. It's a gross bug.
As far as action economy goes, you wouldn't be able to. Because the dash takes up your full action. To attempt to grapple a creature or shove it also takes an action.
okay.
You could dash to here and make an attack of opportunity if he rushes Gedrid.
Yeah, let me see. No. So, in that case, I'm going to just do dig deep.
Okay.
I'll move forward 1 more foot. Do dig deep, resistant to damage for a minute.
Is it all damage?
All damage.
I imagine he
then-
does a Pokemon move where he just goes into the ground, digs deep into the ground.
I was thinking of focus energy.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, lines of light just start exploding around him.
Digs deep.
Or
like
Bolka.
Ditto.
That's
or,
And then I will. He's the only one I could see right now, right?
dig deep. And just
I can't see these ones, right?
You are not currently aware of their presence.
Okay.
All you know is one of the mean locks is charging Gedrid, the other one is
Oh, he's
no longer.
charging Gedrid. Alright, if he's charging him, then I'm going to shoot him with my grappling hook to try to, like,
keep him.
Yeah.
bola his feet to make him trip.
He is not capable of that.
Well, I
You're
want
going to try and shoot
I want to
his
shoot
foot.
him, but if I shoot him in the foot and it attaches and I pull it taut, would that make him trip if he's in the active?
You can shoot him this turn, and then your next turn you can attempt to reel it in.
I'll shoot him then.
You can always shoot past him, make it into a line.
I'll use.
Oh, that would have been a smart thing to do.
Can I do that?
Move 5 feet towards me instead of that 5 foot forward, and you can try and pierce the log that's
Yeah.
fallen.
That'll be
Clothesline him.
clothesline him nice.
Basically, without
Or
Talia.
reel yourself in.
This is not a
Oh, it's not a Batman grappling hook.
This is not the WWE.
It's a real, like a fishing hook.
Did you get the idea of a grappling hook from Monster Hunter?
I got the idea of a grappling hook because I punch things and sometimes things are not in punching distance.
Just imagine you're like,
Monster Hunter will be the inspiration though. I can say I got it from there, so that'd be cool.
I just
Okay, let's go.
imagine.
Yeah, it's
Next up
24.
is going to be Harlan.
It's 24.
You hit it.
Nice.
Okay,
Got the
so
log.
it is now stuck square in just the bowl of the fallen tree.
Cool. So there, if he's still moving forward, there's a clothesline here.
It's directly between him and Gedrid. Perfect. It's the tree moves with the force of the shot.
Yeah.
Go ahead and draw the line all the way back to you, since you're doing it that way. Oh, we do have a marker. Excellent. All right. Next up is going to be Harlan. Harlan is impressed by your ingenuity, and he is going to pull out his pistol. And unfortunately, what was the total distance between him? I saw you count it earlier, Carson.
50.
Okay, he's just within range then, with a 60-foot maximum inner range. Wait, is it 60 or 30 with pistol?
Want me to get out close?
No, I'm sorry. I should have had it up on D&D Beyond. I'll have it here in just a moment. I have them created.
Does it have a scope?
But for your viewing pleasure in the middle.
Well,
It
scope
adds to
doesn't
the
increase
attack
range.
Yeah, it does. In video games, it does.
That's
Catch a
it
scope.
improves your accuracy over a certain range.
Depends on the game.
Yep. Wow, we have so many characters created in Freon.
Yeah, just Halo 1 pistol it.
Oh my gosh. From across the map.
Sorry.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
We need to color it.
It's kind of.
Yes, I've been saying that for a long time. Let's do it. Okay, so his pistol does have a 60-foot inner range. So he's going to go ahead and make his 2 shots against the creature with his pistol.
Go full power.
1 natural 20
Nice.
and 1 natural 15, which will hit with bonuses.
Thank you.
So he is going to deal 2d10, 3d10 total.
Nice.
Oh, actually, no. We're using our modified critical rules. So when you roll a critical hit with a weapon attack or spell attack, you get the automatic max damage plus an additional dice roll.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So it'll be 10 plus 7, 17, 21 points on the first hit. Holy crap, gunslingers are powerful when they hit. And then 2 plus 4, 6, 27 points of damage with those 2 shots.
Is Sokka still gone?
Is it still up?
It is still up. It takes 2 massive shots, coming from your left, Gendrid, and the report is echoing. It's cacophonous, and they take them both one in each shoulder, and it stumbles for a bit, and then it seems to regain its composure, and it wants to continue the fight. Seeing this, Harlan is going to go ahead and count his shots real quick, and then he's going to ready himself for the next round. Okay. Not ready to burn an action surge yet on such a pitiful creature. Okay, at the start of the next initiative, Gedrid, you see after seeing the creature struck by the 2 bullets, and Louis, you see to your left, the pile of bodies begins shifting, and you begin to hear this otherworldly kind of cackling sound.
I look awkwardly at it.
Just don't lie that.
Looking in that direction.
It's a 6th grader. So random. LOL.
It's a 6th grader.
Taco cheeseburger.
You see 4 small creatures, each of them dripping in the blood of these corpses, rising up from different points in the pile, and they seem to be just crawling themselves over the top of these bodies.
Red caps.
Is this Throne of Eldraine?
Each of
I want
them.
to use the fling.
Each of them wears what essentially is Santa's cap or an elf's cap, and it seems to be nailed to their skulls, and the caps themselves are a deep crimson blood red.
From blood.
And the creatures themselves, they look much like. Has anyone seen the Leprechaun movies?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have the composure of this nasty, distorted, just folding gray skin with these massive, bulging yellow eyes. And as they rise up from underneath where they had been basking underneath the bodies in this pile, they immediately focus in on the nearest targets. You notice that each of them is carrying a terrible, horrendous, much larger than you would think it should be, sickle. And it is serrated and it is terrifying. And they are each going to make their full movement towards the nearest targets. Let's see here. They have 25 feet of movement. So we'll have the first 2 go ahead and
Keep coming on. Need to get on a
5, 10, 15, 20.
Sucker punch.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15. Oh shoot! No, they actually won't. I don't know. Let's see. They're only 2 feet tall.
But how big?
No, let's go ahead and have him try to get past the clothesline.
Good.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Sucker punch.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Because he cannot get all the way to it, he's going to use his dash to close the distance. And let's see if that one can make it over that clothesline. What should I give the DC? Probably not too high.
They just do the limbo.
Actually, no, here's the thing. You're really tall. So the line close to you would be pretty high. So I'm going to rule that he can go ahead and make his way under it. He lowers it down to just trip him up. Yeah, he's able to just get right under it.
I'm gonna sucker punch the 2 that came near me.
Are you able to sucker punch more than one person?
Hopefully.
If it's a reaction, it's just the one.
Yeah, it's a reaction. All right,
Okay,
I'll punch
perfect.
the first one.
Okay.
Punch him in his face. Darn. 13. Probably doesn't hit.
13?
Yeah.
13 does not hit, unfortunately. You swing at the creature, and it literally, oh shoot, what are they called? The turtles in Mario. It literally just like retracts to just this diminutive form, and your swing you can't connect with a creature that small, especially while you're holding onto this grappling hook in your hand.
Okay.
Okay, so the one that was not able to make it, it is going to use its Ironbound Pursuit as its action to move up to its movement speed towards Gedrid,
Which one?
the one in the back.
Very bad.
Yep. Go ahead and move it right up next to you. One more forward, please. And I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. And you notice as these creatures clomp towards you, they just send snow and slush absolutely flying, and you notice that their boots are completely cast out of iron. And it's going to attempt to kick you with this iron boot.
Whoa, owie.
Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
That is a 21 total.
Excellent. So nice. It makes this wild kick in your direction, and you see that the fronts of his boots are just covered in these metallic spikes. And so you nimbly kind of just duck out of the way of this kind of pathetic kick, really. And you're grateful that you weren't skewered by this creature. However, 3 of them are within attacking range. So 2 of them are going to make their...
Are they within the attacking range?
Oh, I'm sorry. That one I ruled was able to walk under the line.
This one?
No, the one next to the main lock. Yeah.
So he's
Perfect. So those 2 are attacking Louis, and 1 is now attacking you.
Okay.
Gedrid? Are you okay? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. So the first one is going to make 3 attacks with its sickle against Louis.
Wow.
3 sickle attacks?
Yep.
That's sick.
First one is a natural 18.
Hits.
Okay. Second, natural 16 coming to 23.
Jeez.
And the third, natural 15 coming to 22.
Yeah, they hit.
Okay. With all 3 of them hitting, you will take 1, 2, 3. So 4, 8, 9 plus 5. 14 points of slashing damage for the first hit. Louis.
Okay, that's half.
Okay. Then 3, 7, 11, 15 points of slashing damage on the second hit.
Okay.
And on the third hit, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 points of slashing damage on the third hit.
Okay.
Okay. The second of them is going to do the same, making 3 sickle attacks
just
against
one?
you. Yep. 10 plus 7 for 17.
Misses.
Oh, okay. That one also misses then. Natural 19 plus 7, 26 to hit on the third of them.
Okay.
Okay. For 1, 5, 6, 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay, Louis, and then I'm sorry, Gedrid, the one in front of you, is also going to make its 3 sickle attacks.
Okay.
15 to hit.
No.
Okay.
16's my AC.
Natural 14.
So that hits?
Yeah, I would assume so. Plus 7.
Yeah.
Yep. And then 11 plus 7 for 18.
Yep.
Okay,
So 2
so 2 of them will hit. So that will be 4, 5, 6, 10. I'm sorry, did only 1 hit or 2? 2. Okay, good. 22 total points of slashing damage from the 2 attacks.
Okay.
Okay. Next up, we've got Claudius.
Alright. So, 3. So that's the first 15. 20, 25, 30. Now, this is a spell shape question. I'm thinking I can get a Burning Hands to go right through, right between Gedrid and...
What's the cone size?
It's a 15-foot cone.
So it's 5, then 10, then 15.
Yeah. 5 and 10 and 15.
Why?
So as long as you can make that work. Yeah.
5, 10, 15.
So starting it right on the point of this guide.
So it would be 5. Oh my gosh. Yeah. 5, and then moving straight up 10, and then 3 for
So
there.
I
So you will
think
hit
it
4
would
of those
be-
creatures.
Right?
Okay.
It would be 5, then 10, then...
No, so the way that cones work is you start from a square, and then you grow out in one direction from there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
The one next to it wouldn't.
Cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
So
with a
it needs
15-foot cone,
Yep.
you get a total of 6 squares.
9.
Okay, so you will hit those 4 creatures. Yes.
Yep.
Burning Hands.
Okay. 3d6.
Is there a save?
Yeah, yeah.
What's the
DC
save?
15.
What save?
Dex.
Dex.
Okay, thank you.
3 6s.
9 damage total.
Okay, so the first red cap, which is closest to you, 14 plus 2 for 16.
Yep, passes.
Okay. What's the
15.
DC?
Is it
Thank you.
half?
Yeah,
Is it halved? Okay. So the first one will take 4 points of fire damage. Is that the element fire?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The second one fails, so 9 points. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay. And then the third red cap, 18 succeeds.
Dexter
Takes 4. No, they're actually not. They're just making good rolls. And then the mean lock also fails.
Nice.
So he takes 9 points of fire damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Excellent.
Alright, 26 damage. Also, I'm going to insult their hats and shoes.
Oh. They all focus their attention on you.
Those are the stupidest hats I've ever seen.
They immediately bristle, and you notice that the one nearest you, it was able to dodge most of your flame hands. It looks up at you, and you just see this trail of blood dripping down its face, and it just grins at you. Okay.
Oh, it looks like he's happy to see
Next up, we have Edmund, and he is going to use his crazy barbarian movement of 40 feet. No, 35 feet because he's a dwarf. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet to get all the way up here, and he is going to do a Tempest Barbarian thing.
Whoa. Oh my.
I don't know what it is right now, but we'll figure it out in a second.
Is he lightning you?
Huh? Do you know what they do?
Lightning, cold,
Is he
fire?
lightning or
No, water.
he's water?
Storm. Is that what it is?
It's lightning then.
Is
Oh, it is lightning. That's right.
Within 10 feet of him.
So yeah, within.
So he'll activate his aura.
Yeah.
Perfect. So he'll activate his aura. So within in 10 feet space around Edmund, there's just this periodic crackling of lightning, and a small little tempest begins to swirl. Okay, next up we have Gedrid. Gedrid, at the start of your turn, you feel overcome with a sense of dread. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is this against being frightened?
It is.
Okay, so I have advantage on that.
Because you are a halfling.
Yeah. And halflings are
You said it's wisdom?
Somehow.
Yeah.
wildly resistant to the weirdest things.
17
You succeed.
or... Yeah, 21.
Perfect. Okay, so you're able to shake off the dread, and you find that while you were experiencing this, your gaze was becoming locked with that of the mean lock. But you succeeded, so go ahead and start your turn.
Okay. I'm going to... Let's see.
Get rid of these red caps. They hurt.
Sig, you're on deck.
Yeah, seriously.
You're getting service for it.
I'm going to...
3 attacks per
just-
thing.
I'm going to cast Shillelagh.
Shillelagh!
Shallon.
You sure it's not Jalele?
So, a quarterstaff is going to
There's a
be
G,
8.
guys. It's Shalagan.
Sorry. Here we go. Yeah. So I'm gonna make an attack on that red cap right in front of me, and it's gonna be
It's hard enough then to break that.
The cord.
Go for the frontal bind.
That would hurt.
okay. Oops, sorry. It was a 19, so 26.
To hit with your staff,
Yeah,
which has Shillelagh on it.
yeah.
That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage plus your bonus damage.
D8. So it's
Is it a d6 that you add to it?
yeah.
Okay.
It's a D6.
And is it elemental, or does it just increase the damage?
It's poison.
Okay, perfect.
So that is a total. Wow, max damage. 14
Wow.
plus 4, 18 damage.
Excellent.
Solid.
The red
The-
cap dies.
The creature is smacked across the head by this staff, which is just whirling with this noxious, poisonous energy. And as the staff cracks him across the skull, it like bites into his skin and just begins kind of melting away at him with the poison, and it falls flat to the earth.
Is it dead?
It is dead.
I'm gonna use my reaction to the fungus that was in the staff immediately seizes his body and he raises as a zombie.
Yay!
You now control
That's what-
a mean-locked zombie.
So
Is it red cat?
Oh, red cap. Red cap.
Wait, did you attack a red cap or a mean-lock?
The
red cap.
Oh,
in front of it.
it's not dead.
Oh, come on.
Sorry. I thought you were attacking the mean-lock. I'm
Mean-lock's
sorry.
too
Oh, that's okay.
So what was the total damage?
How do these
It
little
was 18, yeah.
goblins have more health than the
What?
bugs?
It was 18.
18?
Yeah.
Meanwhil's been
soft.
attacked a few times.
Oh,
The Meanlock's been
dense.
pummeled against.
Yeah, he's been shot by the bullets.
Okay, I'm sorry. The natural attack roll was 18, right?
Total.
No.
It was total? That's fine. It still succeeds.
Wait,
No, that
but
was
to
the
hit,
damage.
that was 18 damage. To hit,
I know,
it
what
was
was
like,
Like 21, right?
it was like
It was over
26.
20? Okay,
Yeah,
you're
it
fine
was
then.
really
And then it was
high.
18 damage?
Yeah,
And which one are you attacking, please?
the one right in front of me.
Straight in front of him.
Hope the right cap's on.
Okay.
Darn.
I'm so sorry. I had heard that you were attacking the Meanlock.
Sorry.
Over to the Meanlock instead.
I should have been like, yeah, I did hit the mean.
Nice. Okay. Start of the next turn is going to be Sig.
Sweet. So Sig's gonna go ahead and fly. 5.
I imagine as it was snarling at Claudius, you just bop it on the head. Stop that.
Basically up here,
Oh, okay.
and
Whoa.
she's gonna. I'm gonna try something. I don't know if I can maintain this, but
Oh yeah, bagpipes to the sky.
so
Music just changed.
abandon all hope for chimera has come. Gods only know how you plan to everyone. Courage, my friends, we're hunting. And I want to use my bonus action to inspire
Toby.
Toby.
Excellent.
And as a
Now he's
church,
just
but
slightly
while I'm
To-
singing
Toby's no
Abandon
longer
All
pooping his
Hope,
pants.
I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast. And I'm gonna smash Toby.
Excellent. So you fly up above the battlefield, and as you're casting Eldritch Blast, you're singing out and inspiring with your bonus action, Toby.
Right.
Awesome. Okay, which one are you attacking, or which two?
Oh, shoot. That
The nearest one? Okay.
and the meat locking thing.
So the one that
The mean
was
lock
attacked
and the one
last-
directly in front. Hey, Gedrid, did you attack the one directly in front
Yeah,
of you, or the one
directly
okay,
in front of me.
That's fine.
I
Okay,
pointed
cool.
to it like twice.
He wasn't watching.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay,
He's got this high wall.
Oh yeah.
so that's plus 8. How big are these plus
They're
Like 2 feet tall.
shorter than me, even.
Yeah,
So-
they're tiny.
20,
So I
Well,
can
they're
like,
small creatures.
a 26 and a 27.
they're cubes of meat.
What?
26.
Yeah,
and
those
27.
both definitely hit.
So that's just a d10 for each and with no adders.
Okay.
So
He's really good
Each
with
one
it.
with the other one. Swing it like a mace.
Get him.
aha!
Terrible.
Now! One.
Oh, nice. Against the red cap.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other one gets. Please be better.
Oh, you just killed Toby.
6.
That was the inspiration.
That was the mean lock.
And so,
He'll die eventually.
alright. So,
And then I will release him.
as
6
we're
against
waiting,
Meanlock
I'm
is what
gonna
you
do
said, right?
the next verse.
Perfect. Okay,
And then we'll have, like, combat, like, bard music.
that's how it should be all the time.
That's the
Toby.
attempt. We'll see how it goes.
Recently inspired, I'll run.
It's a D6 or D8.
D8.
Okay, sweet. I'll run up to the tree.
Nice.
And
Attack that tree.
Hold my longbow, and I'll shoot that guy.
Yes.
He's gonna attack the Meanlock.
The tripwire will remember you get.
Okay, you're attacking which creature? I'm sorry? The mean lock. Got it. Bug guy.
Is a 14.
You can use your inspiration.
Oh, how would I? Yeah, like.
Nice.
14 plus 7.
21.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Woo!
Fire is good.
So that is 12 damage.
Excellent. Okay.
It's engaged, isn't it?
Sneak attack for being hidden.
Is that one?
Does he get the sneak attack?
Flanking only happens
Oh.
with melee.
Sneak attack
Sneak
being
attack.
hidden?
Do
Because
you,
he's in the
do you do
back.
sneak attack?
Can I from here? Like, I thought I had to
If
be-
you had made a hide check and it succeeded, then yes, you. Right now, he is aware of danger.
Okay.
Wait, you are Arcane Trickster, right?
Yeah.
It's sneak attack.
Right, but he only gets sneak attack if he has advantage on a roll, not if there's an ally within 5 feet. That's
Well,
the
it's
assassin
also-
feature, right?
It's also within.
Oh, really?
If it's an ally within 5 feet of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No allies.
There's
within
no
5
ally
feet.
within 5 feet.
Yeah.
Assassin's
there is no
crit
ally.
advantage.
Okay.
That's
Doesn't matter.
fine.
He's gonna
Yeah.
die.
Hit the meat
at
lock?
2 health, didn't he? Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. You just take him right
Yay!
through,
Now I'm gonna
right
raise
through
him.
the eye.
Now
Now-
it's
He falls
Now
down.
he-
Reaction, and
Raise him
you
up.
raise him up. Wait, is it a reaction or bonus action? Is it a reaction or bonus action?
It's a reaction.
Okay. Because that's part of your regular spores ability, right?
Yeah.
Halo spores. Excellent. So you now have a Meanlock zombie under your control.
He goes on my turn.
Okay.
That's what I was going to do.
Will he get any bonuses?
No, it's fine.
Because he has a big
He's
claw
the only.
There we go.
to his attack.
It's okay.
The log is moving.
He has really good damage on his claw attacks, if that's what you're wondering.
Because a normal zombie slime is just a d6.
Oh no, you will. I'll give you his attack damage when you roll it.
Yay.
Yeah.
He does, however, only have zombie health of 20. Okay. All right. Next up we have.
Oh, and he also only has one hit
Those
point.
guys. He only has one per the ability.
Yeah, for the ability, he only has one
perfect.
hit point.
Okay. So the Meanlocks that are over here that only Vosamir currently sees. The first one is going to be startled as you run up to it and is literally just going to vanish in a poof of smoke. So it vanishes, and the other one, not realizing that his friend has left him, is going to drop the legs of the corpse it was helping to carry and is going to charge in your direction.
Have I ever encountered Meanlocks?
Never.
Okay. Now I have.
Yes, Meanlocks are definitely not of this plane. When you look at them, they strike fear into you, even, like, it is a supernatural fear. So go ahead and move him the 15 feet towards you, and he is going to go ahead and make a claw attack in your direction.
I like to dodge.
Nice. 14, 20 to hit total. Yes. Okay. You'd like to dodge.
Hold up.
Okay.
I would like to use cutting words.
You do not see this creature.
I'm not. That is true.
Yeah.
Lies. Continue.
Okay, 2, 4, 5, 9 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
9 points.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be a 19.
Excellent. So as the claws wrap around you, you feel, once the claws are kind of clamped onto your arm, you actually feel a puncture that seems to come from somewhere within its claw, and you feel kind of this throbbing pain begin to start and begin to lock up your arm, but you're able to force it away, and you resist the paralyzing effect.
Conch shell.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Okay.
First two.
And I am not grappled, correct?
You are not currently grappled.
Okay, just wanna
However,
make sure.
after his attack finishes, the other Meanlock appears about 10 feet above you, and as he falls down, is going to make a claw attack against you.
These ninja bugs. What the heck?
Well, every round gets another verse.
Natural 16 plus 4 for
Depending
20
on
to
how
hit.
it's going.
Yep. Okay. So it will also make a claw attack against you. 4, 6, 7, 11 points of slashing damage. And I'd like you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Bye, guys. Yes, same. 19.
Excellent. Okay. You feel it this time as the claw wraps around your upper shoulder and neck. The puncture comes right in the meat of your shoulder at the top in your traps. And again, you have to shake. You have to just grunt and force this paralyzing poison from taking effect.
I got some new scars.
You break the claw. Okay. Top of the round, we have Vosamir.
Alright. Yeah. Ow!
Only I'm allowed to hurt myself.
Get him.
Oh boy.
Show him who's boss.
One round of combat.
The eyebrows said a lot more than it should have.
Okay, be ready with your turns, guys.
With these guys, right?
Louis, you're the next player character.
I would like to
shout out for help.
Yeah.
Scream.
I do scream as
Okay.
these attacks hurt me. I'm screaming
Perfect.
out.
We'll see if you get anyone's attention.
And then knowing that I felt those kind of things as they were attacking me. Oh crap! Now I'm gonna take them on. All right.
Okay.
I would like to attack the. I'll pull out my sword, light it on fire.
Oof, nice. Is that a bonus action to activate? Okay.
So let me override my HP here. Okay, and then I will attack him.
Are you using your blood maledict? Is that what it is to light your swords?
No,
Okay.
that's just Crimson Ray.
Got it.
Blood mallet is if I want to curse them.
Got it. Okay.
That's a good one. Is it? I always hate where it hides your Crimson Right damage.
How's it looking up there?
Oh, does it?
It like never tells you straight out 1d4.
Got it.
It's like look at the table, and there's never any tables.
Oof.
You have to like go to the play like.
We'll just have it printed out on the side for you from now on.
Well, I that's going to be a 18 to hit.
No,
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm going to attack the one that came down on top of me.
Okay, perfect.
And
So you roll with the attack and send it kind of toppling in front of you, and then you immediately light your sword.
That is going to be a 9 points of slashing with 3 fire.
Oh gosh. Okay, 10 points or 12 points of damage.
Yep.
Cool.
And then I will do a second attack on him
Okay.
as well.
Are me and Mommy vulnerable to fire?
It doesn't appear.
Ooh, even better. It's going to be a 24 to hit, and that is going to be 10 points of slashing with 2 fire.
Excellent. 12 points of damage. This guy is rethinking his decision to attack you. Next up, we have that Meanlock is dead. The other one is nowhere to be seen.
This guy.
Yeah, he's dead, but he was raised as a zombie. Okay, the other one is nowhere to be seen. Next up, we have Louis.
Alright. These red caps are small and tiny.
They are very tiny.
So, how much would it affect my action economy if I wanted to grab one by the hat that's nailed to his
Are you
head?
still holding on to your grappling hook?
I'll drop that at this point.
Perfect.
Or retract it or whatever.
Well, it's stuck in a log, so you won't be able to retract it until you go free the bolt.
I'll just...
Well, couldn't you just run this way and trip all of them?
They are only 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
You have to lower it.
I'll just detach the
Got it.
wire from it and just put it aside. And then, so these hats are nailed to their heads, and they're like 2 feet
Correct.
tall. So how much would it affect my action economy to grab one by the hat and smack the other one with his iron boots, like swing him like a...
Improvised weapon. Got it.
Yeah.
Which improvised weapons count as
regular weapons
for
me.
you. Because you're a freaking thug.
Yeah.
This is great. I would say go ahead and as part of the action, both the attack action, I will allow you to make a grapple check against him and see if you can grab onto him. So go ahead and make an athletics check. And he will counter it.
Come on, baby. Natural 20.
Whoa.
What's it?
Yes.
28.
Also a natural 20
Oh,
for
come on.
27.
Oh my god.
He has a plus 7.
Wow, what a
Take
contest
that.
of will.
When you said 28, I looked down and went, crap. He only has a plus 7.
Okay, cool.
But you still rolled a natural 20.
Don't matter. I grab
It was still cool.
I grab one red cap and I'm gonna hit the red cap with a red cap. So do I make an attack roll with the red cap?
Yeah, you absolutely
Alright,
do.
and like it's kind of like if I had picked up a dangerous snake. I'm just gonna be constantly swinging him around so that he can't ever get his balance. Like a flail. And then I'm just gonna
Just make it dizzy. Like,
just make it
oh,
dizzy.
man.
Yeah. So.
All you have to do is just chuck them up into the air.
So which
and
one
take
did you
all that
pick up?
fall damage.
I could do that too. And yeah, that's probably what I'll do.
Just
I'm
run
gonna
around and
whack
pick 'em
that
up.
one, and then at the end just yeet him into the air.
Okay.
Alright,
Please
one
do.
attack. Darn. Natural 1 for the first one.
It's hard to say.
Make second attack. Much better. 20 for the second hit on the other red cap.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do the old 1-2, spend a moxie point to do 2 more attacks.
Oh my
Hold
god.
Did you make 2 regular attacks already?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I gave you the grapple in addition, so just the 1 attack. So did the first one hit or miss?
First one missed.
First one missed.
Okay. So
Alright.
the first one missed. Go and make your
Moxie.
moxie attack.
So can I just count that second roll as the first moxie
Sure,
attack?
that's fine.
Okay,
So then you get 1 more.
one more moxie attack.
Just make sure that the damage is appropriate.
20 for the second one.
Perfect.
Alright, 2 hits, and it's gonna be... oh, that's a d12. No, where's my d8? There it is.
Jeez. Who do you think he is?
20 points of damage for both attacks.
Dang.
Okay.
Now do both.
Wait,
red
I'm sorry. You did
caps
20
take-
points of damage with both of your attacks?
Total.
Oh my
Now
god.
here's the question: if he's hitting one with enough power to do damage to it. Does that mean he's damaging both?
He's hitting with the boots of
Okay,
the creature. Yeah.
I mean,
Because you're
hurting
holding
his
the hat.
tootsies. Yeah.
You're holding the hat.
But the whiplash.
Guys.
Yeah, so I'm just going to be, as I'm whacking one with the other,
Are we good?
I'm going to just, I won't yeet him into the air quite yet. I'm just going to be like kind of holding him at bay like a flail, and then I'm going to back up a few feet
Okay.
and just be holding him menacingly.
Oh, I
Back
thought you
up,
were going
I've
to
got
chuck
a
him in the air.
He was.
I'll hold off on that because I've got him on the ropes right
Okay,
now.
okay.
Is he going to be able to try to get out if I'm swinging him super hard like
Probably.
this? Okay, never mind. I'll yeet him in the air.
Just for the heck of it, make an athletics check.
Good.
Just straight strength.
So this is going to be
Just
great. When he falls back down, since he's going to be entering my area on his turn.
Come on.
Oh my goodness.
It's the Captain Falcon up.
What you need to do is jump up with him so that you're falling.
Alright, athletics check, come on.
No, just straight strength.
Same thing for
That's
me.
fine. Well, how could it be the same thing?
23.
Are you
Because
not
I'm
proficient?
proficient in strength and athletics, so it's...
It's just a check, not a saving throw.
Oh, okay, well...
So it should be plus 4.
19.
Okay, perfect. 19. That's fine. He soars into the air.
How high?
Oh well.
Do you get the Smash Brothers beam? Hold on.
No, not quite.
Have you ever seen those strongman competitions where they like chuck that huge thing over a bar?
Caber toss?
Not the caber
Oh no,
toss.
the yeah, I got it. Okay, I know what you're saying. That's a really hard event, by the way. I tried doing that in high school. Not easy at all. And we just used the crossbars of the football field. Anyway, you chuck him, and he easily soars like 20 feet or so into the air.
Good.
As he reaches the apex, just a huge globule of vomit is just spewing forward. And you estimate it's going to fall at the same rate as him.
Good.
So we'll see what happens. Next up, we have Harlan, and he is going to step forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to look up and take 2 shots.
Pull!
Natural 20.
Good.
And,
2 in a row.
14 plus 7.
You should just
So basically the same thing as last time.
But yeah, I'm Harlan's clay pigeon tosser.
Bull! So he's going to do 3d10 plus 8 now.
Good.
What's the name of the creatures?
Red cat.
Red caps.
That's literally what they're called?
Red caps.
Bo would be so proud.
She
Oh,
trained,
would be
she
so
trained
proud.
him. And he literally, it's just like from the hip, just pop, pop.
Yeah.
And anyway, so 8 plus 10, 18 plus 8. It's 26 points of damage.
Good.
And let's see.
I hope he just falls dead to the ground.
It's just gonna be just vomit and blood.
This poor tiny
Dude, it deserves it. It's
Hold on, will you point to me which creature it was? Okay, cool. That one, unfortunately, had only been hit by the flaming hands.
And my
And his
fists.
fists.
No.
Oh, shoot. That's right.
Yeah, that
his
was the
fist?
sucker punch.
It was the initial
Oh,
sucker punch.
You did. What was the initial sucker punch?
Oh, wait. No. I did do a sucker punch when he got
Yeah,
in.
but
but you-
him. Did you hit it?
I think you missed it.
I think I missed. Yeah, I
Yeah,
missed.
yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, this one was the one I punched in the face. But
Correct.
Flaming
Correct.
hands.
But you. Yeah, because you punched one in the face
you could
with the other one.
you could let him take half damage from the being.
Well, I just need to know who to add the damage
Because
to.
he was hitting with his feet.
With his steel boots or iron boots. Anyway, he takes 26 points of damage.
It's fine. I'll kill him on the way down.
Yeah.
Still not dead?
No, these guys are very hardy.
Let me go music down.
Okay, jeez. After Harlan. I'm sorry, the red caps, very disoriented at this point. One of them is going to spend his turn falling back down from orbit.
That did insult their hat.
You absolutely insulted their hats, and they remember. Except this one is really dizzy now because he just got thumped in the face by his buddy's boots. So he's going to wobble his way over towards Claudius.
Disadvantage on attack.
Not quite. This guy's going to turn around also to attack Claudius. This one's going to stay on Gedrid, however.
Come on.
So the first one is going to make its 3 attacks against you, Claudius. 15 plus 7 for 22.
Shield.
Okay, what's your AC now?
26.
Wow.
Just the balls.
Okay.
plate.
Josh is just like, come on!
Good, big money, big money.
Yes, 19 plus 7 for 26.
Got him.
Okay, one of the attacks hits.
Was that from both of them? All 6 of their attacks? Was that all 6 of their attacks?
No, that was the first 3.
one?
So the first one, only one of his attacks hits.
Okay.
Poor guy. He feels so defeated.
He's sitting there hacking away at the shield.
At the arcane shield. 1, 2, 3. 11 points of slashing damage. That's terrible. But that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Next up, we have the other guy. Yeah. He doesn't know anything about. Oh, natural 20.
Whoa.
Shoot.
Nice.
That's what I get for
You're on
broken.
fire tonight. Is that
Well, you insulted them. 13 plus 7 for 20 doesn't hit.
I'm scared.
19. So
Wow.
a critical and a regular attack.
Nice.
Okay, so that means the first one is going to be.
He's got so much freaking health, it's not.
These red caps are angry.
They don't like being used as toys.
I'm gonna keep doing
The critical hit does 23 points of slashing damage.
Oof. Okay. 23 plus?
Yep. 9 points of slashing damage for the second attack.
So 32 total.
Wow.
Okay. 23 HP.
Yeah, they're just angry boys. That's all. They're just angry.
That's
My
okay.
my
That's
lightning
okay.
line is not gonna work anymore.
The one directly in front of you, Gedrid.
Yeah, but I'm
Gedrid. The one in front of you is going to attempt to kick you again.
Come on, bro.
Oh, so you just need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay.
And then an angry dwarf kicks him.
Ka-chow. That's 20.
It's such a great move. Okay.
Stop kicking me. We're not in 3rd grade.
It's so funny because it's the 2
You're
little
both like the
kids.
same height. It's like,
Oh, stop it! Stop
Oh
it!
no! Careful with the boom.
He's not used to fighting things this short.
He just can't figure it out. He's desperately trying to knock you to the ground so he can have advantage on his attacks. Okay. Next up, the last of the red caps falls, and as it enters 10 feet of you, you use your reaction.
yes. Nice.
Where's he landing?
Pretty much directly in front of Louis, right where
19.
he left off. Yeah, it is, because he's falling.
Good.
You just
You're just like right.
He like grabs him and
Yeah.
palms him to the ground.
pretty wild.
Nice. 9 points of bludgeoning damage,
Excellent.
and then the bludgeoning damage from the fall of 2 as well, I assume.
For 2d6, yep. Another 9, so 18 points of damage.
Is he dead?
No.
Alright, I'm just gonna have him like pinned on the ground by his throat and just be like,
I'd suggest staying down.
I'm scared.
He laughs.
Scrowls.
fine.
How are you not dead?
Scared.
Why? You're aroused, is what he said.
Die!
Aroused.
Got it.
Scared of
You violated the law.
Pay the court fine or serve your sentence.
Gosh. Next up, we have Claudius.
Okay. That was nice.
Alright.
That was nice.
6 temporary.
I'm going to step right here.
Yep.
And I'm going to use a level 2 Thunder Wave and see if I can just hit all 4.
Oh, you don't want to hit the mean locks. Remember, you get your friend boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll make it to about right here.
You don't want to.
Is it 10 or 15
Oh,
feet?
right.
It's a
mean lock.
15-foot cube.
So it will hit the mean lock.
Oh, okay.
You can either hit the mean lock or move and hit 3 of the red caps. Or move back.
Would I still be able to hit the all 4?
Which way are you moving?
Just hit the 3 red caps.
Yeah, I'll just hit these 3 red caps. But.
Okay, so scoot over 1 square this way. There you go.
Where you started.
So you will hit 1, 2, and 3 in this direction.
Cool. So that one will probably die.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Isn't Thunderwave
It's a cube.
right, 15-foot cube, right?
Yeah.
So
No, it
at which point does the line start?
So it is even with me.
I understand. So what point of that line starts on you? So you've got a line. At what point are you on this line?
So it'd be
I'm on the.
Are you on a corner?
Yeah.
No, I'm in the center.
You have to be on a face.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so,
then it extends 15 feet out
Yeah.
from you.
So out either side. So out to here and just across to that guy.
So it'll be 3 squares wide. Yeah?
Yeah.
For 15 feet. Okay. So that means it's out to here and out to there.
That's 4 squares.
So 5, 10, 15, 5, 10,
So 3 squares.
So
one
there's a
square
line,
out on one
1.5, 1.5,
Mhm.
and then it goes this way. Is that what you're saying?
I'm trying to get these guys and avoid Gedrid.
Okay, well, there is not 15 feet between them, so you will either hit Louis or Gedrid if you try to hit those 2 guys, is what I'm saying.
Hit me.
Okay.
He's gonna sucker punch the force.
Because I feel like it's way too wide if we're counting diagonals. So I was thinking just like row 3, row 3, row 3.
But it's a 15-foot cube.
Yeah.
It's not a rhombus.
You just use a different spell.
That was the right shape, too. I did it. I did it.
Proud of you.
Well, I'm teaching my daughter shapes.
Okay.
We're doing the whole
Got this.
shapes in the...
I move into the same space as Gedrid.
Okay, so you'll take an attack of opportunity,
Yep, from our...
and you no longer have your shield. 16 plus 7. So 22.
Does reaction...
I'm 23. I'm
does
sorry.
reaction regenerate at the beginning of your turn?
Beginning of your turn. You can use your reaction again.
I will use one of those, yeah, because I'm feeling pretty down. So I'm going to use one out of my spell, ring of spell storage. Haven't touched these spell slots yet.
Oh my god. Oh, that's right.
Josh is just like, I think.
Well, no, I'm just trying to remember.
It's only
It's the same casting time as the spell when it's out of the ring of spell storage, right?
Yes.
It doesn't require an action to activate the ring. Okay, cool. So go ahead and expend one of those charges.
When I'm standing in his space, I can exclude the space I'm in, and I'm part of the cube, so I'm
Correct.
excluding
It starts
me and
a
Gedrid,
line
and I'm going to shoot
in
him
front
that
of you.
way. So, 1, 2,
Hold
3.
on. You're standing in Gedrid's space.
Yes.
Which way are you facing right now?
I'm facing this way.
Perfect. So it will be 1, 2, 3 plus Louis that you hit.
Just hit me.
No. See, look.
Hit me.
Okay, see, quick.
I just need to know which way you're facing. Point in the direction you're facing right now.
I am hitting
Are you facing Louis?
this square.
Are you facing Louis?
No.
Which
I'm
way are you
facing this way.
Got it. Okay.
So more like.
So you will either hit the 1, 2, 3 around you.
Yeah.
Okay, so excluding the one in front of Louis.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. I just want to hit these 3.
Okay, so
Level 2, Thunderwave.
that one in front of you is in the same line as you.
Yes.
If your line is excluding you and Gedrid, it is excluding him.
Hit me.
Just when you make the cube, you can exclude your own space from the cube, right?
You are on
I'm
a
in
line
the
of the
center.
cube.
I'm in the center.
No,
I'm
you're
like
not.
in one center of the face of the cube. Right?
Right. So there is a pane extending directly out in
From
front of
your
you,
hands.
as if you're kissing the pane of glass. That is how the spell starts, right?
Its origin is self.
Okay, you know what? You are going to hit Louis if you do this.
Okay.
It's done. You can either,
I am hit.
Just
It's fine.
same as
I will
Gedrid.
hit 3 and sure.
Thank you. Okay, do you roll damage? Do I make saves?
Yeah, you make a save.
Are they con saves
What are you doing down there?
for Thunderwave?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the bench.
So we're okay. So you're gonna
It's
hit.
con.
Perfect. You're gonna hit all 4 of the red caps plus Louis.
Sure.
Okay, Louis, make a Constitution saving throw.
I am good at those.
That's what.
No.
19.
Nice.
28. Or 27. Math is wrong.
Nice. 2 successes, 2 fails on the red caps.
All right, 8 total. 2 of them are thrown 15 feet. Or
Excellent. So the one in Louis' grasp is not thrown.
10 feet. 10 feet.
He would have been thrown, but Louis holding on to him.
Yes.
Okay. So he takes the full damage, which the full damage is 8 points. Okay. So that one is not doing so hot. And can we get the AC turned on, please? Yeah. Let's see. The one directly in front of Claudius is thrown 15 feet back.
Turn it off.
Which direction? This way?
Directly back from Claudius.
Okay, so like 1, 2.
Yep, so move him diagonal 3 spaces. And he takes 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Darn,
And
I
then
still have the tripwire
the
up.
other two take half, 4 points of damage, and they are not thrown back.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Gedrid, or Claudius, I'm sorry. Is there anything else you want to do with your bonus action?
It was
I don't
2
have
points of
anything
damage
that
for me.
Okay, cool. Next up is Edmund. Edmund, hearing, by the way, Toby, you also hear, hears Vossimir's cries off to the side.
Second wind.
Go ahead and expend that usage and regain 1d10 plus your fighter level in hit points. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 20, 35,
Actually, I don't use
40.
Okay, never mind.
35 because of dwarf.
Getting over here, it is going to...
Dwarf legs.
He's a dwarf. 35.
Did I do 40? I'm so sorry. Move him back 5 feet. He's still close enough to be able to see both of the attackers. And so he is going to use his bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Nice.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He's a barbarian,
Yeah.
not a cleric. My B, he can't cast anything.
He does it anyways.
But his bonus
everything's
action
knocked back,
aura will hit somebody.
Is it on the start of their turn, or do I activate it?
No, you just like it's part of your bonus action. You
Nice.
just-
Okay, so he activates his bonus action, and he will hit the closer mean lock of the two, and I believe it's 2d6
Yes.
lightning damage.
Nice. That's the one that
9
I
points of lightning
That's the
damage.
one that I didn't attack, right? So.
No, it is not.
No,
Yes, it
no,
is.
you're not.
I attacked that one twice. He's the one that.
That's
fell on
correct.
me.
That's
Yes.
correct. Thank you.
Claudius, Edmund. Oh, I'm on deck.
You are
Do you
up, Gedrid.
want help?
All right. Gedrid is first
See how this-
going to instruct his zombie to attack the guy in front of him.
Is this guy dead?
No, I
Or
was
did
going
he
to
just
say,
fall over?
Josh, so when these guys were pushed back, were they not prone by Thunderwave?
Are they knocked prone by Thunderwave?
Or
No, I don't think so. I think
no,
they're
just
just pushed back.
They just anime slide back.
So you got really heavy boots on.
This, I'm gonna
They're wearing
instruct
iron
the
boots.
zombie to attack the guy in front of me. Pancake zombie. I mean,
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and make an attack roll with him.
what is the attack bonus?
I will tell you.
Okay. So he rolls a 6. I mean,
12 to
was literally
hit.
2 damage.
He misses.
Because I'm resistant to it.
Do I gain a bonus since I have?
How many allies are engaged with that target? 1?
1.
So he gets a +1, 15. Wait, 13 misses.
Okay. And I'm going to make a attack on him as well.
Okay, getting a +1 if it's a melee attack.
Kick him.
Perfect.
Kick him back!
No, I'm not going to kick him
I
back.
just imagine he's like palming the thing's head as it's trying to like kick at you.
slightly shorter
Because he's slightly shorter than you.
It's like him
You're-
fighting his little brother.
You're like the bully on the playground.
Alright.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
So, using my shillelagh staff,
You told me that story.
I'm going
I wanna see in front of
to.
you.
Oh. That's 20 to hit.
Excellent. That'll definitely hit.
That's a D8 and a D6.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and expend one of my magic items charges.
Well, I'm right.
My Staff of Withering.
Oh, snap.
So he needs to make a Constitution
Yeah, he does.
saving throw of 15.
He's natural 20 plus 5. 25.
Nice. So I still do the 2d10 necrotic damage all the same. So it's a lot of damage. Let's go.
Fourth or fifth, I think. Yeah. I've had a really good night. And this
Is that
isn't
a
even
9
the
or a
fight that
6?
matters, but
It's a 9.
I'm wasting them all now. Whatever. It means the next fight you're just gonna stop the boss.
That's 22 damage.
Holy smokes. This guy is just absolutely, he's just turned to mush.
Nice.
Reaction duration 2.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, you now have
Be able
a red.
to, like circles.
Can you have more
to
than
show
one?
which one's
Yes.
the greens.
I can only do it a certain amount of times though.
Yeah,
and
we're
that's
working on that. We're gonna print off little markers.
I can do 4 per long rest.
That's amazing.
But they only
So-
have 1 HP, so.
That's okay, they're minions.
Meat shields.
So you have a mean lock and a red cap zombie right now.
Yep.
The red cap, we'll say instead of 3 attacks, he can make 2 attacks on his turn.
Can he attack this turn?
No.
Okay.
No. Because your turn is over at this point.
Understood.
Got it.
Okay, so question.
How long do they?
1 hour.
With
And
my
they can only
lucid
attack.
perception, could I hear him crying out?
You see Edmund rush over in that direction and attack something.
Okay. So I'm still gonna be flying a bit, so I'm not gonna be level, but I'm not gonna be quite that high. I'm gonna go.
Nice. Cool. Coming to that point, you can faintly see through the tree line that Vosamir is currently grappling with a couple of Meanlocks, and Edmund.
Oh, he's grappling?
Well, he's fighting with them.
Okay.
In very close quarters, and you flew in that direction, right? So you're
Yes.
still above.
That's why.
I'm still like.
If you're still that height, yeah, it's
No,
barely
I'm not
you
that
can see them.
height. I'm like this.
Yeah.
Like.
I understand, but you're still above like the canopy line.
Are you above it or not?
How
I
high off
thought
the
I was
ground are
gonna
you?
like swoop down like 5 feet above
That's
the ground.
that's what I was asking.
I used that.
I didn't know.
Represent
Okay. Yeah.
lower.
that's
Just put her on the
better.
lid.
Yeah. Okay. that'll be
Perfect.
great.
5 feet.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. So time for verse number 2 from the Bard.
Go.
Breaking of wills and the cracking of bones, sounds that to us are such delicate tones. Flee from my friends, you're dying. And so I want them to roll a dexterity save for lightning bolt.
Whoa.
Lightning bolt.
And
Lightning bolt.
DC 16.
You hitting the 2 Meanlocks over there with Vosamir?
Yes.
First one fails. Second one fails.
Sweet.
Full damage,
I need 8d6 piece.
There's 6 of them.
and they are in a line.
You got 2 more in there.
I need these. Thank you. Okay.
Let's go.
8
8-6s, here it comes.
Don't jinx it.
Big
Got 'em.
big money.
Careful under the trees.
Nice.
That's not bad.
That's a good
not bad.
spread.
I can't read
Not
that
great.
dark one.
It's
That's a 1.
one.
Oh,
But,
well, that was a very balanced roll then.
Yeah, pretty much.
There.
I don't know how
They're
you're
grouped
doing
together.
this,
Four.
but
No, they're grouped together with what
okay,
they are.
that's 10. That's
I always do 10s as well. And
yeah. I
No,
do
10s are
10s.
fine. I was just
Ah!
grouping together.
You-
Yeah,
It's,
12 between
it's
the
weird. Hold on. 7 and then okay. There's 10. 10. So, okay, so 27.
Okay, there you go. Excellent.
I was like, my brain does not math that way.
Okay, the first of those
Thank you.
has the bolt just drives through from its right side to left and just cooks it from the inside, so it falls to the ground, just a crumpled, burnt mass. The second one takes the full 27 points of damage and
Right.
is immediately rethinking its life choices.
All right, I
Yeah.
kind of smile, some sparks coming off my eyes, and
Vosamir, you're raising your sword to attack him, and he just cooks. Like he's just blasted away. Like the after image in your eyes is like forcing you to blink.
so I look over at him, and I just wink, and
I don't see it because
oh, you blink, never mind.
it's like
I
photography in your face.
You do notice as you turn that Edmund is adoringly looking at you right now, just like
okay, then I'll inspire him.
Oh,
with my
okay.
bonus. Okay.
excellent.
With a wink. Because
Nice.
I already
That's all
finished
he
my
needs.
verse.
He's fangirling over
He's-
your lightning.
Yep.
I could see your wink if you want.
I was trying to do that.
Well, you just
But
blast
He
yeah.
doesn't have to see you to get
Okay.
the inspiration. He
No,
can hear you.
I mean-
Oh, it was visual. Got it.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
thought it'd be fun. Okay, so that's my turn.
Toby,
Woo! Okay.
there's so much stuff happening right now, Toby.
There is so much stuff. I am just overwhelmed visually.
Okay.
I'm gonna wander over here. So 5, 10.
There's just one.
He's just like the shell-shocked soldier on Normandy Beach, just like, what is
Running
happening
in
right
random
now?
And is this one of your zombies?
No.
Okay.
The one in front of it is.
These two.
Yeah, these two are zombies. All right, then I'm gonna shoot that one.
Army of zombies, I love it.
Oh, cool.
Pew!
Nice.
That is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, that is 5 damage.
Wait,
With your longbow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You can sneak attack.
He's close to 5 feet.
Yeah, he's within 5 feet of an ally.
Oh,
then-
yeah, another 4d6 damage, my friend.
nice.
Ooh, that was good.
Another 13
Solid.
damage.
No, that's
That's
this is a 6.
oh, 6. Oh, sweet.
So
So
18.
18 damage.
Wow.
Solid.
That is a lot better than what you said at first.
Yes.
18, holy junk.
Well,
He is not looking
18
good
plus
at
the 5.
18
Plus
plus 5.
the five, yeah.
23.
Yeah.
Plus.
This isn't 3.5. Okay? Gosh, that is a lot of damage.
He rolled 2
That was
sixes.
some shade.
You
That
did
is-
almost as much as my lightning bolt did. I need you to know this.
Rogues are so cool.
Rogues are the
Okay,
best.
next up we've got.
He's not dead.
Not quite dead yet.
Next up we've got
Oh,
the
dead.
surviving Meanlock, surviving Pincher Boy. He is going to reel back just a step or two from the lightning bolt.
And I'd like to do an opportunity attack.
Oh, not stepping out of here.
He's like, hold on.
Well, that's fine. As you make your opportunity attack, you swing through, and your sword connects with just a puff of shadowy smoke.
Oh.
And the creature, make a perception check for me.
So
Okay.
I can't be surprised due to my sixth sense. Well,
That's fine.
conscious.
And you weren't surprised. That's why I didn't do
Okay.
bonus damage.
Okay, I just want to make sure that guy following.
You expected the bug to
Perception check?
disappear into smoke.
I saw that coming.
I don't remember Meanlock's.
Okay.
That would have been better the other night.
Ninjas.
Especially.
So you do not see.
Remember,
I know the
You do not see
perfect,
the Meanlock.
the perfect creature to become a shinobi.
Next up, we have
me.
Bossamir. No longer engaged with any creatures that you can see. You turn and look at
That one's the charred
Edmund Grimbeard,
This one is.
and he's currently just got like heart eyes.
At Bosnia.
No, well, he's just like looking in every direction, just like.
Yeah. Great.
So what you see right now is you see the corpse that the Meanlock's left behind, or the body that the Meanlock's left
Yeah,
behind.
these three.
Okay, Edmund behind you. Sig is currently in the process of turning away and back towards the action. Toby just loosed an arrow at one of the red caps and just caught him by surprise right in the right butt cheek.
I think you're so. Did you even see the red caps before?
Yeah, you
Nope. I turned
I'm like, whoa.
Crap.
You see a bunch of angry gnomes covered in, just caked in blood.
The heck are those?
You're not the Gano. You're not the Gano.
I'm trying
It's
to
a good
decide
red
if Bossamir would attack the Meanlock over there because he doesn't know that thing's
It's
yours.
covered in
It's covered in
fungus.
spores.
That have I been around him enough to
Yeah.
know
Yes.
that that's his?
You guys have been working together for 2 years.
Okay, I will not attack that one then. I will move over because I have 45 feet. 5,
Whoa.
10,
Holy cow.
15, 20, 25,
Hit it.
30.
Kill it.
And I'm going to slash at that one.
That poor guy.
You move so fast.
I got drink potion.
He's got springs in his legs.
Nice, not 20.
Nice.
That
Oh my gosh, you're getting so many
is
natural
justice right there.
20
Ah.
or 3.
He's not like 2 hit points from being dead, is he?
No.
Like I want to be able to. Okay. It's always when I
You'll
do a
get
nat
the
20 on a
satisfaction.
kill. It's always like, oh, he's just automatically dead.
You might not kill him.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So you get full on 1, right?
Yeah, so you get full dice damage plus your regular attack dice.
Okay. So that's gonna be. Whoa. What did I?
I
There's
just
my-
realized my last couple of critical hits I didn't do that.
Oh.
They should have been automatic 12 plus my 3d4s.
Dang.
Bummer.
So automatic.
Can we get F in chat, please?
1d8 plus
F in
6.
chat.
So 8 plus 6, 14 plus another 1. Oh, that's right.
That's why we do the automatic critical damage.
Yeah.
In case you roll 1.
14
'Cause that's
plus
not cool. Rolling a double 1 on a critical hit.
2. And I don't double my right damage. do
No.
I? No. Okay.
Wait, if it's a rolled dice, you double it.
Okay. So 2 plus 2. So 4. So that was.
Is your right damage a d4?
Yeah.
So it's a 4.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
And that's automatic max plus whatever I roll.
Any dice that you would normally roll for the attack, you get the dice value.
Perfect. That's 6 then.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that was 14 plus 1, 15 plus 6. So
21.
Plus 6.
Nice. Huge. That was 1 more than what you needed.
Nice. I run over with my
Solid.
flaming sword and just rend it apart.
Okay, yeah, you run over with your flaming sword, and Gedrid, he is within 10 feet of you.
I already used my reaction.
That's right.
And
I would.
so if I've used part of my movement, can I use more?
Yeah,
Like I can keep going.
Mhm, absolutely.
So I would like to then run. Oh, I can't.
Do you have 10 more feet?
Yeah.
Okay,
Because you got 30.
perfect. So as you
That one on
slice
the
through
ground.
the red cap, you don't even stop, and you just
I just
leap
keep
over
running.
him and keep
Okay.
going.
That's epic.
Nice.
I will do that again.
He's
Okay.
literally wielding a flaming
Oh,
sword.
are you attacking the one that I have pinned down?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna just like hold him up.
You
I hold up
watch
and you
as Gedrid, just like Aragorn style, is running across the field. Takes Bossamir takes off the head of one of the crazy red caps, and as he's charging towards you,
holding him by
you
the
look
cap.
for the opportunity, hold him up by the side, and it's like snarling at you and wiggling around.
And I miss.
Oh, come on!
Wait, what was your roll?
A 2.
What's your total?
9.
You missed!
No, I rolled a 2.
How could you miss?
He's restrained. You get advantage.
Oh.
Look at that.
There we go. 17.
There we
Okay,
go.
and so you also get +1 on the attack roll because you're flanking him with
So
another
18.
Oh,
ally.
are we doing flanking?
So 18 total.
For the attack, yes.
Okay, perfect. So that hits.
Okay. And that is going to
don't bump his
be
Please.
10 slashing damage with 2 fire, so 12. Is it just below?
Good.
So he chops into the neck of this creature, and as he pulls his sword away, his body just sort of like hangs a little bit to the side, but it's still just like wriggling around.
Can
and
I
it's
just
like
like
swinging
shake
stuck on
its
you.
head to like
Oh, that's
dislodge it?
gross.
Just like
On your turn, please
Just
do
get
that.
off!
It's a chicken now.
Okay, Meanlock is zombie.
body
Meanlock
falls and
is
starts running.
yeeted. Louis. make a strength check with advantage.
natural 20.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You before Bossamir can retract his sword, you grab both of its legs and you just pull against his blade, and you just feel. And it's not like clean, like normally a cleaving blow would be, but it's like you. It's like when you're cutting tough meat. And it just sort of sticks on the fat a little bit, and like the gristle,
Tendons.
exactly. And you feel just various tendons and musculature snapping and breaking and splitting apart until eventually you just wrench the head off of its neck.
Alright, I just do that, and it's only this one left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chuck the body.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna.
Wait, is there only one left?
Yes, this one.
Dead.
That,
Just that
other
one.
than the mean lock that disappeared.
2 main locks have disappeared.
Oh, one of them got turned into a zombie.
Yeah.
Z boy, got it.
Alright, I'm going to.
This one, by the way, has been remarkably only attacked by one person.
Wow. I'm going. This red captain?
Yeah.
It was when
Alright,
they did
I'm
blast.
gonna run up to this one.
And I fired him.
And.
You arrowed him. I'm sorry.
Arrow!
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna drop the body
Strong
parts.
bad for you.
And I'm gonna run up to this one and I'm just gonna swing wild haymakers at him. So I get disadvantage, but if I hit, it's max damage.
Excellent.
Good.
You get +2 to the attack damage or attack roll.
22.
Yeah.
Okay, first
Didn't
hit.
need
Second one.
AC is 15.
Second one probably doesn't hit. It's. Wait, no. 14. The AC was 18, you said?
15.
Oh, 15. Darn.
Yeah.
Alright.
Was that with the +2 that you get from those two guys?
+2?
You get +2 for flanking.
So then it would just barely. Yeah, I only had
17? Perfect.
Yeah.
Or 16.
16.
Yeah, hits.
Alright.
So they're both max.
both
is it
max
D8?
Yep.
Okay. So you do 16 plus your strength on each.
Yeah, so 24 damage total. Does that kill him? So I'm just gonna like run up and I'm just gonna grab him by his cap and just into the ground.
Louis just turns into an
Into the
absolute
nice
monster.
soft snow.
You're scary.
And with each successive smash, the face of this poor red cap is just like mutilated, teeth become broken. He starts pulling away like mush and slush from the ground, and with each just pummeling into the ground, his face goes deeper and deeper and deeper until eventually his head is almost completely under the surface of the ground and his body is not moving.
Okay, good. So he's dead. I like pull him up and I'm like, dead.
Just so much blood.
Good job, Looney.
And then I'm gonna stand up and just shout to wherever the mean locks are, and I'm gonna use my work the crowd. And I'm gonna try to inspire fear in the mean locks if they could see or hear me.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna be like, who's next? Yeah, they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna make one too.
What's the DC?
That's a good question. I believe
I believe it's your strength. Strength plus 8 plus your prof.
Yeah. So 16.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. I don't know if they're afraid, but I hope they are. No more enemies around.
Not that you can see.
All right. I'm gonna walk up to the pile of bodies, and I'm gonna like look around for more red caps.
Okay. You start digging through the bodies and just sort of like rolling them to the side.
Yep.
One thing you note about each of these bodies is they've received a similar treatment to the first corpse that you found, where their stomachs are ripped open, their lower abdomens are a bloody mess. They are each missing at least one eye, both of their ears. A couple of them are missing fingers.
Oh, this is like
All of them missing the same eye, or just at least one?
It's at least one eye. Some of them are missing both.
The lighting.
No. They have similar tears, but from what you saw of the Meanlocks, most likely the missing leg was because of a claw attack that ripped the leg free.
All right. No more red caps. Cool. I'm just gonna stand up and I'm gonna keep an eye out for any Meanlocks.
Ready. Okay, let's go ahead and clear the field.
Okay.
There are no more enemies in the area.
Are we taking apart the map?
Are we taking the trees off?
Take the trees off. Place them in here, please.
Gently.
The ants are moving.
Yes.
They
have business with the orcs.
These trees were my friends. Not today.
Logs.
And the logs, please.
Can you actually? That
That's
log
a really good
go?
cut.
Can you hand it? Okay, back on that other one.
It's okay.
We are.
Thank you. Okay.
Kendrick, any more zombies?
All right. Go ahead and hand me the map there.
Oh, yeah, give them a
Clearing everything.
Oh,
He said clear out the map.
Yeah, but keep your Meanlock and your red cap.
Okay.
So here's
Because they last for an hour, right?
Yeah.
That's a red cap.
My
Everyone take the name.
Then I'll want to go and grab this. Oh. All right. So there are no apparent threats on the field. What you see before you is a pile of mutilated, desecrated, and apparently harvested corpses. Louis pokes through them a bit, a little irreverently, but he seems to still be a little charged from the fight and from the kills that he recently wrapped up. He's coming down from it slowly, but he tosses a few of the bodies to the side, searching apparently for more red caps. Is not able to find any.
Can I look at the Meanlock that was charged in front of me and try to gather whatever it is they use to unlock you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get it all.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. Yep.
What is that?
7.
Okay.
Take a potion.
What you do notice about the creature
44.
is that. Can we wait to roll dice?
Yes.
Thank you. What you do notice about the creature is its blood is, first off, it's not the normal red of a humanoid creature. It is a strange kind of purplish ichor color, but it also seems to be lined with streaks of black.
Okay.
And you imagine that might have something to do with
I will
its ability to
take one of its
paralyze.
claws, like around here, just slice it off, and pack it up. Basically,
Okay.
gonna take it with me.
Okay, go ahead and make a medicine check. Just let's see how clean this is.
Wouldn't
Perfect.
that be survival with animal stuff?
We made a roll. What was the dice roll? A natural 9?
No, just 9. 6 plus 3, 9.
Okay, what would your survival be?
12.
Okay. So you kind of lift the creature's arm, place a boot on its neck, and just sort of hack down with your sword, and you're able to detach the arm pretty neatly.
Cool. I'll wrap it up and take it with me in my pack. Get back to the.
You are correct, Andrea. Harvesting is survival. Okay. What are we doing now?
I think we're close. Let's be going.
Alright. What happened down there?
What do you mean, what happened?
You were just like moving your arms and then they attacked you?
Oh, I was talking to them.
What did they say?
How do they talk to you?
Well, they had some kind of mental ability. It was like a psychic speaker.
I'm sorry, so you didn't even know that they had the ability to speak?
No, but I assume that since they have arms, they can talk.
No, he's
That is a very, very poor assumption, but I'm glad it paid off.
You have arms, don't you?
No.
Yes.
I've
so
met lots
do
of things.
apes and...
Yeah, I've met lots of things that have arms that do not
Yes.
talk.
Well, let's leave the business to the professional. Anyway,
the wrong track. Sorry.
what I was trying to say is that they said that they was in service to the witch. I offered them, just so you know, a chance to peacefully help us kill the witch peacefully.
What?
And they
Kill the
rejected.
witch peacefully. I love it.
And they obviously refused, so we toasted them dead.
Oh, I will see, Gatorade. I'm actually quite impressed with you.
Why, thank you. I'm very impressed with myself too.
You should be. Alright,
We probably should have just asked for directions instead of just.
let's...
Well, I say we follow this bloody trail. If they are working for the witch, they're dragging the bodies somewhere.
I
there's-
definitely agree.
There looked to be about 3 trails going out of this clearing.
Right, can I just say, what in the hell is this going on here?
I've told you this.
I thought we were hunting a witch.
We are.
These are
Instead, we're fighting bugs and, pardon my language, angry gnomes.
None of us are angry
It's all right.
Well, he looks like directly at you and then changes what he's gonna say. So, I'm confused. You say they were in service to the witch?
Like I said, they seem to be very afraid that the witch.
Pardon me, I was cleaning my firearm.
And by the way, that was pretty slick doing the whole pow
It
thing.
was,
We got-
I agree,
got
and
to do
I feel
it.
like maybe we should do that a little bit more often.
Yeah.
You see, when something is suspended in the air like that, it can't really dodge. And so my shots, they tend to take
It's
it.
almost like instinct. Like
It
see
really
something
is.
flying. It's a good thing you didn't shoot her. See.
Nah, she's too beautiful to hit.
Aww.
So you can't hit on her.
That's exactly where my mind went. And I'm like,
Yep. Darn.
we're just gonna go.
Let's go find the
I
blood.
think I've got about 2 hours left to live. So, let's keep going.
Yeah. Good news is you are 1 hour up on these
No.
two friends.
That's not...
They only got.
I'm sorry, Andrea, just to clarify. When we got off the boat, you
No,
had...
I know. I know I actually have like 3 hours.
Got it.
But
Just trying to-
I would... No, I'm trying to assume that I have less time.
That's why.
I'd like to just start looking on the battlefield that was over here.
Sure.
Start looking for tracks that go that way.
There are very clearly tracks heading in that direction. In fact, what you notice is the mound on that side seems disturbed. Like it's as if some of the bodies have been pulled a little bit in that direction, as
Like they're
if
digging
Bobby.
out of it?
Huh?
Like they're digging out of it?
No. As in someone has been pulling bodies out of the pile in that direction.
Gotcha.
And there is much more of a trail of blood in that direction immediately off of the pile.
Okay.
Well, let's get going. No time to wait.
I vehemently concur.
Yep.
All right, so we're marching again.
Have I seen the barbarian do the hailstorm aura before? We worked together, but not really with them.
Actually, most of the action missions you've been on, the Grimbeards have been with you. They're not always fighting alongside you, because typically they provide support. They usually bring, as you know, a team of agents
from Chimera, and their purpose is to protect your flanks.
Right.
Whenever you guys are on the front lines fighting against the infused, they know that they don't have a chance against the infused, and so what they do is they secure the area so that you can have your fight unhindered.
Right. Okay. Where were they when they were Anyway, so I would like to high five the barbarian guy and say that.
Bad money. I'm never watching this end again.
You're oh, it's really cool. I like the storm.
It's
Like-
only a pittance compared to what you threw out there.
Oh. You're just gonna
Right.
He like looks across the group at his brother, like displaying the hand.
Does anyone
People
have
can talk to me,
prestidigitation?
but it's not like-
Just cleaned his hand.
Yeah.
Rude.
What do clean all this? Who is this?
Alright, so
No.
two of the paths
There were
were
feet
where
underneath
the
the
creatures
table, and I
were
was like,
coming
which
from.
ones do
Does
we
it look
belong
like
to?
this third path is like an exit or like
Yes.
yes?
Things are being dragged that way.
Alright, let's hold it then.
All right. So, what's our marching order?
I'll be in front to follow the tracks.
I'll clear the path with them.
I'll be
Well,
behind.
is there
There is actually no path to be cleared. There is still snowfall, but the path has been cleared by the passage of bodies being dragged.
I'll be behind Vazimir.
I'll be. Yeah, put yourself in the front. I'll stay in the middle with my two bodyguards.
These guys to the sides again.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of just their MO. Who's in the back?
Me.
Perfect. So you begin walking. The trail continues for about 3 or so miles. At this point, you've traveled about another 40 minutes.
Probably closer to the front.
While you're walking, Toby.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, actually, what is?
You can get ganked.
I was going to.
You have a passive perception, very low. Got it. Well, kind of low. I'm sorry. Not as low as Louis.
What's yours?
Mine?
Bob, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception 11.
My
All of his passive skills are 11.
16.
We have a little bit of
I know it is. That's why I said it's kind of low. We have a 21 in the group.
Yeah.
It's just in comparison.
What do you need?
Anyway, you notice a
about
faint
half
rustling next to you,
No!
and you look over, and Velaway is currently walking alongside you.
Who's Belloway?
Below is the dark
Velaway is the Darkling,
Oh, okay.
the one whose name you all asked me to spell. You accounted yourself well.
Thanks. I think they did most of the work.
I'm not sure about that, but is this new to you? I can tell that you
Pooped your pants.
have talents that are different from others, and they're unique to you. You seem to notice things that others don't, and that's good. Don't die.
Am I going to? Is there something that's gonna kill me soon? Oh no! Oh no!
Son, you need to focus up right now. Look, I'm not of this world, right?
Right.
Sure.
And there's a bunch of you coming in.
Where I come from,
Yeah.
every day brings the possibility of death. And even worse than that, every single hour brings the possibility of enslavement. There's any of the other corps, the other Phase Lords, their minions. It's all a numbers game to them. How many followers can they obtain? Now, you don't have to deal with that here, but you're walking into a very dangerous situation. You have yet to meet my kin. We, in particular, are trained in many of the same talents that you bear. We are able to strike unseen and in a very powerful way. Your senses will be very, very much required.
You?
Not to me, to your friends. I know what to look for.
Got it.
Trust that nothing you see is as it seems.
Nothing?
Nothing. Always assume there is more hidden than what you may be able to perceive.
Can I look around right now?
Okay. I'll be watching.
Okay.
And he just sort of fades into the snowfall. And you take a few more steps and it's just gone from sight.
Can I go over to where he was and see if he's just turned invisible, but still presently there?
You walk over and you hear a voice from 5 feet to the right.
Uh-huh.
Idiot, just keep going.
Oh.
Be cool, be cool.
My timer's gone.
He just doesn't comment. You just hear this slight little groan.
You're
Yeah, exactly. More likely it's his head against a tree. Just okay. You continue to walk. So at this point, it's been an hour from when you left the previous encounter.
Wait, an hour?
We marched for an hour.
Bonk.
Did they just fall over?
They just crumble.
Collapse.
Yeah.
Have them attack a tree.
If you had said they lasted 3 hours, Josh would have been like, it's been 3 hours.
No, that's not true.
And
Sig but I have it all planned out.
So Sig only has an hour left to live. Fun.
After about an hour of marching through the snow, following the trail of very, very apparent and very thick blood on the ground, you eventually notice that the ground beneath you turns from marshy and loamy underneath the snow and the mush to becoming a bit more firm and stone-like. And you actually see that the trees are becoming thinner. There are fewer and fewer trees as you progress, and those of you who are familiar with the wildlands and the frontiers of the world can tell that you are actually beginning to ascend. You're on a very slight incline, which eventually grows to the point where all of you can tell we are now climbing something. The trail of blood becomes thinner, as if any blood beyond this point has kind of fallen down the slope. However, you eventually see before you the trees completely almost disappear, and a large rock face is kind of towering in front of you, almost like a constructed obelisk. If you had a better view on it, you might be able to get a better idea of what it might look like or something. But from here, as you're kind of looking up this slope, it looks like a number of huge stones have been sort of leaned against one another in a way that it creates some sort of structure.
Stonehenge or
yeah, kind of like Stonehenge.
Or, okay.
Yeah.
I'm frantically look for an entrance of any kind.
It's directly in front of you.
Okay.
There's a gaping, shadowy hole directly in front of you. You are quite a bit below it still, about 30 feet down the slope, and so you're able to see kind of the top part of that entrance, but you can tell that it goes further in.
Perfect. I want to go look and see. Have I seen anything like this before?
Make a history check.
But
how do we want to approach?
6 plus 11 is 17.
Wow.
Toby has received no formal education, from what I remember of your background, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All of your education came in your apprenticeship.
Right.
Unfortunately, none of that included anything that resembles what you're looking at right now.
Okay.
Do you want to go up and investigate it?
Yeah, I'll go investigate.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. 13.
Okay. I believe, does your talent give you advantage?
It does.
On investigation?
I was about to ask, could I be assisting?
Yeah,
Since
you
I'm
can.
looking at this.
So do you want to make your own roll or
den,
give him advantage
I
on the
can
roll?
give him advantage.
Go ahead and roll again.
There we go. 30. 30.
19 plus 11.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brain. I'm like, what's
Bonkers.
my brain?
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, wait.
Toby starts walking up, and he's just looking at like the creases, and he's like examining every little detail. But Vossmir, you kind of walk up and you like kick him in the shorts a little bit, and he looks up. And he goes, "Oh." Looking at the kind of the obelisk, the megalith structure, you see that carved into each of what you now recognize to be 3 separate stones. And behind them is a natural mountainside.
Okay.
But leaning against it and supporting one another are 3 stones, 2 slightly angled, but mostly vertical stones, and 1 set over the top. The one over the top is oblong in shape, wider on one end and thinner on the other. But along the outside is a thin script that runs from the base of the one all the way up to the top, to the joint, across the top, and then down the other side.
Okay. What does it say? Right.
I don't know. What languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, Elvish.
You do not recognize this script.
Okay. Okay, I'll point it out to the group and see.
Vossmir, what languages do you speak?
Just Elvish and Common.
Yeah, so you also do not recognize these.
I speak Abyssal and Draconic and Giant as well as Onesons.
Do you point this out to the rest of the group? Okay. I'm sorry, you speak?
Abyssal, Draconic, and Giant as well as Onesons.
Orcish escapes you.
No, don't do that to me. One of these days is going to be
Halfling. Primordial.
Is that your one language?
No, I have Halfling, Druidic, and Elvish.
Druidic and Elvish. No.
Primordial.
You feel like you kind of recognize some of the script, some of the curvature to it. It is some dialect of Primordial that you can tell.
Okay. So do I kind of read its accent, or
a little bit? So we'll say you kind of get a broken interpretation of it.
Seems to be some sort of all psychic energy.
Big as you read through it, the gist of what you get is this is a corrupted form of Primordial. And you can only tell that because some of the caricatures seem to be deformed or misshapen with intention. Normally, Primordial, when written, is very crisp and clear, and it's very smooth, as if flowing from the natural elements that make up the Primordial language. This, however, seems to have distorted that language, and it seems to, on the right side, it seems to be a warning, very foreboding. The top is a very clear threat to anyone who may enter without permission, involving dismemberment, harvesting of organs, many nasty things. And then on the left side seems to be a welcome to any who would revel in such activities.
All right, so that one's welcoming minions to dismember people. That one's threatening you to be dismembered, and that one, I think, is a warning that this area is trapped or guarded in some way. Given that she's magical, some kind of spell over it.
Are any of those symbols magical?
But it is definitely twisted Primordial. So I only got part of it.
I mean, I think they.
Do you want to wait for me to cast Comprehend Languages?
No, I do.
How old is it?
Not
old.
Not old at all.
You're an artisan by trade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Any dwarves in the group?
You can tell that these were most likely carved in the last year or so.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not much weathering to them.
Can I see if there's any kind of arcane traps or anything like that?
You can either investigate for traps or detect magic.
Do you want to detect
magic? So.
Okay. Go ahead and investigate. Or use Arcana, I'm sorry, if you're checking for magical traps.
Can I cast Detect Magic as well?
You may.
It's at will, so.
That's awesome.
That's really good.
Is it a number of
They're
uses?
the same.
It's at will.
It's just 13.
Unlimited.
That's crazy.
Right?
13.
13. You begin poking around for a little bit, and you go to kind of like feel around the inside of one of the stones, and all of a sudden, Vosamir, quick as a viper, wraps his hand around your wrist and keeps you from extending your hand beyond the face of one of the entrance.
Don't touch it.
Vosamir, you sense an intense necrotic energy.
It'll hurt.
I'm sorry, necromantic, as in the school of necromancy.
I don't mean to be terribly rude, but could we send your Falcon through and see what happens? Can't you just resummon them?
For 50 gold.
It's 10, but
10 gold.
Hold on.
depending on what the economy looks like.
I'll pull out the claw. And toss it.
You pull out the Meanlock arm and you toss it through the barrier. Nothing happens.
To be fair, the Meanlocks were Hermanians, so they might not do that.
Understood. Just want to make sure.
Alright.
Worth a try before you send something else.
I'll summon
Just try to
Bastion
find
and
activators.
I'll be like, alright, Bastion.
Yeah, there should be like elements that are trapped.
Can I see anything like carved out of the stone or activators?
Make one more investigation check for me.
Woo!
You can do it!
Nice. 28.
Bonkers. So, hidden beneath the script of 3 different characters are the characters seem to be hiding glyphs, and you imagine that the 3 of them may activate by proximity.
Got it. Can I work on disarming or erasing some of the glyphs?
Oh, how would you like to do that?
Ooh, can I use my
Sure,
rune?
you can.
Or would this be more of the rune or more of the other?
You could use whichever you would like.
I'm going to do my rune
Okay.
to weaken the stone and break it out of the stone.
Okay.
I will assist.
You watch. Okay. You watch
With some
as,
friendly encouragement.
As
I'm helping.
Toby
throw
begins kind of waggling his fingers in the air, and where his forefinger passes through the air, a rune begins to shape in the air, and as he makes the final stroke, he quickly extends his hands forward and seems to grab the rune, presses it into one of the glyphs that he finds, and as he does, his hand sinks into the stone, and he pulls the entire chunk out of the wall.
So he's in a land tree.
I want to do that.
We're going to do the same? Okay, so go and mark off your 3 uses for the 3 different runes. They have to be cast on a specific object, right?
Right.
Okay, so it's not a duration thing.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to ask, are we close to wrapping
I
up? Because
No.
it's 11 o'clock, and so I gotta...
Okay.
I mean, you can play me. I'll leave you my character sheet.
I will kill
Yeah.
you if that happens.
I could-
because
I
I
could
will
bash
forget
things.
and just accidentally murder you.
I could bash things with you.
No, the next part is...
Because I saw you got a big old dungeon set up.
One shot round 4.
So it's like...
Guys, I'm so bad at one-shots. It's just, I love this so much.
We're all like kind of like reveling in it too. Like we're not like speeding through. Like everyone's taking time to role play and
Which is good. That's fine.
It's also because it
why
actually
don't-
does matter.
Why don't we then go ahead and end that? The entrance, Vosamir, you can tell because your detect magic lasts for 10 minutes. With the 3rd of the glyphs removed, the magic, the necromantic magic surrounding the entrance fades. Okay. You also notice that the entrance, which seemed to have been dominated with an otherworldly shadow, now becomes less dark. And that's where we'll end today's session.
So we never got to
Would you
round
rather we
3
finish?
of,
would you rather we
like
just like
basically
try
we
and
never
finish
got to
this
verse
tonight?
3 of the song.
Either one works, because I've been having some...
Not really.
Yeah.
I believe
Let's
he
save it
works
for next
for
week.
Ravnica.
Do you want to
I
see?
might end. I might
No, it's
I've been
all
thinking
for
about-
one fight. You can't just.
Oh.
having you guys do
Well, sing it.
Prison Break
Do it
and
next
then
time.
one
You
more
could have sung it
thing,
while we were walking.
and then ending it like on a cliffhanger with what's going to happen.
I like
afterwards.
just
And
tell
we'll
those
pick it
in
back
Hell
up whenever
Chimera,
Josh
but give
wants to
them
take
our
a break
card
again.
and give them our level.
I love
So,
that, by the
obviously,
way.
War of the Spark is going to
Shaden.
happen. So,
I totally love that idea.
What?
That we save
Yeah.
save our progress on
Because
the
there's going to be
Ravnica campaign.
there's going to be a thing that's going to happen shortly where in order to wrap it up enough and quickly enough to start your campaign in a timely manner, I would feel like I'm rushing it because I have several ideas that I want to do it.
So for the next segment, you feel like you need 3 weeks, 4 weeks probably?
Depending on how long it takes you guys to get through the prison.
Because next week, are we doing? Do you want us to do our downtime and just send it to you, or do you want us to role play our downtime?
I would love first to recap before we say what our downtime is, just because it's been a while. I honestly have to remember what we
so
did last.
we'll finish your one shot next week, and then
Okay.
assuming
And then
it's
focus
just
on-
going into this dungeon and killing the witch, we could even start a mini downtime session because essentially you guys are going to meet with Colin and do a little bit of, I assume, scouting
so
and
next
prep work
week,
for the prisons.
if what we could do is we can start with wrapping up this campaign, right? Or this campaign, this one. It's basically been a campaign. This has been like a module, which is kind of cool actually. So next week we'll go ahead and start our session right away. We are at the entrance of the lair.
Yep.
We will go ahead and clear the lair. It should take maybe 2 hours. And then after that, we'll go ahead and do a recap of our Ravnica campaign.
And do a little bit
so
of
that we
prep
can
work.
finish that for the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
You underestimate how long it takes us to do things.
Yeah, the
Well,
prison
you
should
said
be
2 hours.
Yeah, I did say 2 hours.
The, yeah, the prison break should take up maybe 2 sessions, maybe 3 if you guys go a little slow. And then if we're gonna do like a pause on the Ravnica campaign until whenever you want to break again, that would probably work because then I would give you guys probably one more assignment from Colin before the big thing happens, and then we pick up whenever you're ready to take a break again, and then I would have a separate kind of campaign to finish the situation that's going to happen.
Like an additional module or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, we can restart our free action and we can start streaming. Like, it's not like we put out an announcement for dates.
No. Oh, and I wasn't committing to anything. I mean, we're streaming our games right now, and they're all uploaded onto Twitch and YouTube. I will say, I guess, just as a way of wrapping everything up, thanks for the amazing session, you guys. I am every single week. I am completely blown away by how much passion you guys bring to the table regarding your characters. For next week, I think we'll go and start the session with a few notes, kind of like we did last week, because I feel like starting our session like that last week just made the whole thing so much more smooth. Everyone had a lot of fun. There wasn't as much talking over one another. This week, I think we were a little too excited, and we didn't take the time to get in the zone, get in the right headspace before we started. So the first bit was a little raucous, but we cleaned it up, especially as we got to some of the heavy stuff. So I'm excited to finish this one up next week, and then we'll see where we go from there.
All right.
Thanks, Josh.
Excellent. Excellent. I hope the audio worked out this time.
Yeah,
with the
find
2
out.
separate mics.
Was the audio broke last time?
No. We added a personal microphone for me, and when we tested out the audio earlier, there was no reverb between the one to the other. So there were no echoes, no doubling.
Find out.
Guys, the mean locks. I love those guys.
I saw those figurines and I was just like, oh no.
They naturally have a shadow jump.
That's cool.
Yeah, it recharges on a 5 or 6, so it's not at will like it would be for a monk or something. But
That's how they horizon.
I was surprised when they talked back. I thought they were just gonna arrest me.
they're telepathic and they're intelligent enough to communicate. So
That's cool. I think honestly, being able to use improvised weapons as normal weapons as a field is probably my favorite thing about the class.
I love it. You just grab a random chair leg and start beating
hitting
someone
with it. Yeah, because it's so hard for me to come up with creative ways to attack things when it's like with Durheil, it's like I hit him with my hammer. Okay, how would you like to hit him? It's like, well, this time I hit him sideways with my hammer. Or there's like, I'm gonna hit a red cap with another red cap. I'm gonna use this rock right here.
I found this to be extremely helpful for keeping track of large encounters. So when you first roll initiative, you can